I guess we're probably live. So,
maybe, possibly.
Ladies
Hello,
and gentlemen, welcome to.
I see us live.
Yeah, welcome to the internet. And this is Byron's show. So, round of applause, my fellow agents, for our director, Byron, who's going to spare our lives.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. It's awesome to be here. Fashionably late, as this game session is going to apparently go on the because COVID. We're all essential. That's part of my problem. And so if we were just all non-essential, perhaps we would have more time. But anyhow, welcome to Myth Brigade and Blood Rising, the Knights Black Agents campaign. That, of course, will be using the Dracula dossier as the spine for our adventure. Thank you very much, folks, for tuning in. I'm going to throw some links in the chat, hopefully, if it will allow me to do that.
Do it.
For some stuff, I want to thank Pelgrane Press and Kat Tobin for the shout out on Facebook and Twitter today. For our game, and also to allowing us to use the Dust and Mirrors soundtrack that you will see on our fancy video as soon as we can figure out how to find it.
As soon as Jason gets his head out of his ass and makes it work, right?
But right after you slam that YouTube subscribe button, and so that we can, wherever that is over there, hit that bad boy so that we can take advantage of the YouTube algorithm and hopefully get some cool stuff.
I want to, Byron, can we underscore the Pelgrane press support here? Because we've had Ken Hite show up. If you watch episode 1, right, you can see that. And now their marketing team is behind us. So it's like really awesome that they get behind people who are doing this with their game. So please check out their website. They've got some really cool products. Really good staff of writers.
Yes.
I also kind of wish they would hire me to do work.
Those links are right to the right of Tara's face today, or Dr. Mitchell, as you see there. You can go there to their website, purchase their fabulous material. It is so freaking awesome. The glossy paper, the details, very well written material. And I also wanted to give a momentary shout out to Bridget Jeffries at, I forgot last time, but at Symphony Entertainment and Gaming Arts for this awesome It's in the Module t-shirt today.
Nice.
There's a whole story to that. You can find out on your own. But that's how you, as a DM, blame the module for murdering the shit out of somebody's character.
It's in the module, man.
It's in the module,
it's
man.
in the module. Sorry, bro.
Sorry. And so, yeah, I just wanted to do that. And I threw if you want to pick up your own, you can follow that link in the chat there on Twitch. Also, to visit their Facebook social distancing page to play some badass games with some great people, including some of these people you see here, or also the Redbubble store to purchase your own materials. So.
Nice.
With that, go around the horn here. How's everybody doing tonight?
Awesome. Awesome.
So freaking excited for this game session today. Hopefully it won't be a complete clusterfuck and disaster, but no, it's going to be great. And so let's go around the horn and see what's going on. Start with Tesla, Mr. Brent Adams.
I'm really good. I was really sad we didn't get to play last week, but now I'm glad that we're back on. So.
Yes.
And the first session went really good. We kicked some ass, got our asses kicked, and then came back, did some light torture to one of the villains.
Yeah,
light torture.
Perfectly described. Light torture.
I like it. Light torture.
I'm gonna do some fucked up shit to this dude.
And now we opened up some doors to continue our investigation.
I think light torture is what they call it, like in the club scene in San Francisco. It's just a little light torture. It's fine. It's not bad.
That's when you just barely get out of the BDSM scene, and then you're like light. You become light torture. That's the non-consensual
torture light. Is it like a
awesome? And of course, Mr. Tyler.
I'm doing great. Excited to play again. See what's going on in Gibraltar.
Gibraltar, huh? She's already giving the allude that we're going that way, huh?
I think
The
so.
rock, the big rock that's there. And Tara, with
Same.
that amazing ass board behind you.
Got my murder board going. You
It's
see
beginning.
Gibraltar at the top there. Wait, they're right there. There we go. I'm just looking forward to some unreality for once. And yeah, it's good to be back here, guys.
So you must have done some legwork because those aren't my pictures.
No.
Those are your own.
This is-
Awesome
this is-
sauce, man.
Wait,
This is
Tyler,
Terry's
isn't that
Fabulous.
That's your mom, Tyler. What's going on?
Great. Mr. Dan Kaplan,
Hey,
Johnny Walcott.
Byron, few things in life are complete, but if we can make a complete clusterfuck tonight, we're going to try, all right? We're going to go for it.
Do
You
it.
Give me the word. Oh.
That's all I can say. Looking forward to it.
we want quality clusterfuck right here.
Yes.
That's it. The
No
clusterfuckery
half-assing.
will be.
Quality.
Evan, are we allowed to say fuck? Because we've been saying it.
Like
We established it that it's allowed.
Yes. Like granola clusterfuckery is coming.
Excellent.
All right. And of course, Mr. Jason Jones, Evan Moyer.
I'm doing good. I'm really glad we're here tonight, though. I needed the massive dose of unreality. I needed to ride my moped around some more. Generally try to stay out of trouble. Shameless plug. Next Monday, so Byron, aka Dobbs, is going to, probably spit some tobacco juice on somebody that doesn't deserve it in our Deadlands campaign, and we're also kicking off a superhero campaign. More to come on that, but it's called Vile Dawn, and it's inspired by The Boys, but it's going to be more depraved, if you can imagine that.
Oh my
That
God.
sounds
More
incredible.
depraved than the boys?
Yeah, it's
Now
free.
with extra depravity.
Yes. Yeah. So we have cast for that some regulars who were displaced when we shut down Tides of Nurgle for a minute, and season 2 of Tides of Nurgle is brewing as well. So good things, all good things. But yeah, so next Monday you guys tune in. But Byron, dude, I got to say I had a ball. It's the first time I've played a role playing game in probably 10 years, and it was amazing. It was everything I hoped it would be. So thank you.
Yeah, not a problem, man. Not a problem. Hopefully, we're gonna ramp that shit up and take it to 10 today on the meter.
Yeah.
What were we at last week, just for comparison?
What 10? Oh, you mean meter wise?
Yeah.
That was maybe a 7. That was
That
maybe
was
a
it?
7. Yeah.
That was
I
it.
had to get Stella needed a groove and I didn't have it, and so I think I got a hold of it today. We're gonna find out.
Byron, the one thing I didn't point out, which of you do I have to blame for this shirt exactly? Was it you or was that
it
was it
was
Lily?
me.
Was it you?
Well, technically it was it's our Mark Zuckerberg, because the Facebook. Algorithm somehow put it on my feed. I'm not sure. I don't know.
That's amazing.
It
Mark
just came.
Zuckerberg wants to know about your butthole.
He wants to know about my butthole.
And it became a
wants to
thing.
know about your butthole.
That explains
What
a
have
lot
you
about the
What have you
message
been
I got.
googling?
Yeah.
Dude, if we haven't already established as a Rogue Cthulhu GM that shit that would be on my FBI Google file.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. It'd be very bad. So, all right. So, without further ado, does somebody want to refresh some points and give me some little monologue of their character? Let's kind of go backwards, man. Let's talk about what's Evan thinking about. You guys are hanging out in Sardinia, and you just got done with your light torture of the guy, and then of course took the plane back, right? The plane that Mitchell helped to.
We just left our boat.
No, I don't think you took a boat. Because you just
No,
flew.
Oh yeah, we took the plane.
Yeah, you took the private charter flight.
So the fact that this involves British intelligence is troubling. That means that they're probably quite aware of my past, and I thought I'd escape that. The encryption algorithms that they used are nothing. I've not seen anything like that. And the thing that's probably even more troubling is my teammates are whispering, talking about blood tests and things like they suspect something that's maybe. I'm starting to think that maybe they're realizing that the world has actually been infiltrated by aliens. And I don't want to say it out loud because Tesla gets moody, but honestly, that's sort of what I'm thinking. But I am, in fact, glad that we saved Olivia, though I'm not sure to what end. We've stashed her away, and now we've gone to hide somewhere else. So I'm just waiting on my orders. Also, I've just, about 30 minutes ago, taken a dose of red, what was it called? Red?
Scarlet.
Yeah, so I am quite high right
Street Scarlet or something like that.
Street Scarlet, yeah.
Very
Street
quiet
Scarlet.
with my laptop in the corner. Hopefully the doctor doesn't notice.
You can always tell when Evan's taking his street scarlet because that's the only time he doesn't sweat.
That's actually quite true.
He sweats in other areas.
It's a clinical thing. I've tried all sorts of deodorants. It's
Well, don't we know we have a contact or someone who knows about us in Gibraltar? The one who sent the message via the MI5 Blade server to us about Olivia Liu. So
Yeah,
I believe what we need to do is, I believe we need to find that location and scout it out at least, and perhaps discover who is the contact who knew enough about us to send the message to us in the first place.
Well, Johnny, the way I'm looking at this, it's not a who. I can tell you where, and we can march right into the data center and tromp around. But I looked at surveillance and I came up with nothing. That's right, Byron, right? Like I looked into this. Whoever this is quite good. What I'm hoping is that he's got to know she's alive if he knew where she was. So maybe he'll contact us.
Is there any chance that this is a trap? The scaly bad guy. Did we get his name? I was looking through my notes. I don't think we ever asked him his name. Scaly bad guy represented here. And now formerly scaly bad guy mentioned a character called the Sorceress. Is there any chance that this is a setup that she is trying to lure us out?
I think it could be, personally.
I mean, it's always possible.
I mean, look at how much one of them actually managed to hold us off. How many have been made like that? I mean, it seems like he didn't know very much. I mean, you get a full squad. You get a full squad of those guys, those bulletproof guys. Then I don't even know what it would take to take them out. I'm thinking we need to stop and get explosives.
Question: how did he respond to light torture with the armor plating? What did we do to him? And like, what do we know about that, Byron? Like, what did that look like?
So I mean, he responded just like you would expect.
Okay.
So the one thing that I can't remember exactly, I'm pretty sure it was Dr. Mitchell that noticed it in the market in Marrakesh, was that it was her. So when she jumped up and during the hand-to-hand fight between Lily, Dan, and or Lily, Johnny, and this guy, he was trying to stay out of the sunlight, and so exposing him to the light seemed to reduce him in his strength and power.
So is it safe to assume that we use like a UV light or something?
Yeah, so that was the idea behind using the tanning bed.
Right, remember?
That's right.
Put him under the tanning bed.
Yes, that's right. I do remember that now. Thanks, old man.
Yeah, that was the idea behind
twisted.
using the tanning bed, to kind of hold him down and keep him at bay and so forth before Lily took his head and took it completely off. And you guys basically cleaned it up and concealed the body and got rid of that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you said I was able to basically get a car, dump the body, and clean up the scene.
Right. So not a problem.
Never heard from again.
Right.
So at this point, we have no idea where the Blade server message came from. Is that correct?
That's correct. Well, I can tell you the machines that it's gone through, but I sort of come up to a bit of a dead end at the data center there at MI6 on the other side of it.
Did we want to look at what we thought? I thought there was a camp that we discovered in Gibraltar, no?
Yeah, so the using traffic analysis and data recovery and tracking backwards the IP address, Evan was able to discover that whoever the source was using the MI6 data center and was filing it through UK Signet Intelligence satellite station in Gibraltar. So it was a very, very old station, like World War II era. However, it was unused, and it's sometimes used by MI6. Evan was able to get that information from his troubles.
And then there's the camp or the base that Olivia told us about in Bessarabia or Budapest. Where is it?
It's like a church.
It's in so it is in a area in excuse me. It is in
Romania?
Salard, Romania, which is about
site, right?
3 hours by car from please forgive my description because my Romanian is not that great, but Cluj-Napoca.
Olivia seemed to think that was important.
Yeah, well, she went there. She was given that information. You were able to determine by the same source that gave you the idea that Olivia was in trouble. Gave her the information that she should look into this mining operation that was going on in Salard, Romania. And she went there, as she told you, and she was discovered, and people chased her. She was fearful for her life, and she fled to Marrakesh, where she was trying to get in touch with that fixer guy to basically get her out of the country and safe.
And she's out of London originally. Is that right?
I honestly don't know. Yeah, we can just say she's out of London.
I might want to put out there, guys. We go around and fuck around with Gibraltar, and this happens to be a clandestine operation, some kind of human experiment operation funded by the UK government. Then we're going to move up their list immediately if we're known. So are you sure that it's even worth it to go check out about these human experiments? Or should we go check out the mining company? The mining company be safer.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, Salard appears to be a very small sort of village town in the middle of a agricultural community. I mean, there's no large city there. It's right on the Hungarian border. We could enter Hungary, travel across land, and then slip across the border and investigate that way.
I think our trouble started there. The question is, what are they mining for there? A dig site? Archaeological?
You said that Olivia didn't even get any information.
She didn't really know. So she got to the mining site. She said that it was a monastery, an old, like 13th century monastery in the Carpathian Mountains, which is where Salard is, and that, or Zalard, it's pronounced more with a Z than an S. And she had gone there. It was like this old monastery.
I mean, if we assume that Olivia is not just some whack job who's chasing after Dracula or some other bullshit like that, then maybe she had credible reasons for wanting to go check out this mining company.
Well, we got to keep in mind that her specialty is in occult reporting. So,
and she definitely believes in vampires. And remember, we don't have much of an explanation for that motherfucker over there who threw me across an entire marketplace. So
one-handed.
What I love is I didn't see any of that, so I think
it was
you're
incredibly
exaggerating.
embarrassing.
Yeah, I'm convinced you're exaggerating. Oh my God.
Totally not exaggerating. So I have to assume that whatever she was finding was something that it was a threat to somebody, because they took her away and had her held captive. So whatever she found was a legitimate threat to someone.
Well, they chased her all the way back to Marrakesh.
Right.
From Romania. So that's
I mean, I think that Romania is the more likely place that we should be looking as opposed to Gibraltar. But everybody agree, or you think that we should still check out Gibraltar?
It seems to me that Romania is where the worst of the problem started. Can I pull a list of all the sort of historical monasteries, churches, that sort of thing? Just kind of pull all of that and kind of sort it out for Johnny to peruse.
Yeah, that's not a problem whatsoever. It's not even a roll type situation.
Yeah, I get it together, and then any that are sort of government protected that might be undergoing digs or anything like that, look for news around like archaeology, that sort of thing.
Yeah, so you did have basically coordinates from Olivia Liu
very specific.
Of where exactly this place was. Okay. So you can actually nail down exactly which one it is.
I pulled a history on it then and see what we see there. Like what's going on there.
Yeah, that's not a problem at all. Give me 2 seconds here. So the one that you pretty much feel is what she's talking about is called Carta Monastery. Monastery, and it was built in the 11th century. Okay, and it was disbanded in the 13th century by the local lord.
Why?
Shortly after that, it was buried. It was abandoned for some years until it was buried by a landslide with a major earthquake.
Is this one of the painted monasteries?
It is. Let's see here.
Interesting. Fascinating.
It is interesting. 11th to 13th century. So, and it's in Hungary today. What is currently Hungary? No,
it was in Hungary then. It's currently in Romania.
Sorry, in Romania. But both part of the old Ottoman Empire. There's a research archive in Constantinople, or maybe I should call it by its modern name, but perhaps not. We might be able to do more research there as well to see what the records say back in the 11th and 13th century about the location. Or we could go directly there and just investigate.
I mean, it might just be faster just to walk in. From what I understand, that area, because of its history, probably gets a decent amount of tourists who want to go hiking.
What is true? If we were to go to Istanbul, we'd add an extra.
We could just go be tourists.
3 or 4 days trip. Well, we could fly into Bratislava, cross the border. It's probably about 4 hours from the border.
So you can actually fly into Cluj-Napoca, which is only about a 2 hour and 49-minute drive.
I'm like, do you want me to get us a new vehicle? Get rid of the old one?
I think the van's fine.
That's true. I mean, it's not like we really had to run from anybody in the van yet.
Well, I mean, you'd have to transport the van from here to there. So you got transport.
Oh, what do you mean by transport? We can't we just drive it?
We're flying in.
No, you're on an island.
Oh, you're right.
You ain't driving nowhere.
Well, we could fly into Cluj-Napoca, but there's only a few mountain roads that connect the two. Milan's on the same effluvial plain as Budapest itself, but it is, as the crow flies, a little closer. We could do that. If we're worried about ambush, I'll say this: those mountain passes might be a little dicey. But if no one expects us, then it shouldn't be a problem.
Or even better, what if we secured our own aircraft? I'm sure there's a way that we could secure an aircraft.
Yeah, helicopters are helpful. With data connection and that sort of thing. Because I'm not going to go walking through the fucking mountains. Just to be honest.
It's a paved road, but would a Cessna get us there? Or do we need a more substantial plane to get there?
Geez, I don't know. Could you fly a Cessna from Sardinia?
You don't know that?
I don't think so. I would say you'd probably take more of a larger flight.
Commercial flights.
I mean, we'd have to get clear.
I don't think a Cessna is going to get you there.
I mean, and
you could technically, I guess, get your way.
Well, listen, we'd have to get like flight clearances and file flight plans and find a place to land and all this kind of crap.
I
have on the radar more than just.
I had to tap one of my guys to get all of our weapons in here. Remember the Interpol guy?
Right. So with that in mind, so getting weapons and stuff into Romania is a lot easier than getting them into Morocco.
Oh well, that's
so Romania is not a problem.
We have to get our weapons out of Morocco. If we're going to use a commercial flight,
we already did.
You already did that.
We're in Sardinia.
Oh right.
We're back at our base of operations.
Back at our base of operations. My bad.
At our lair. We're at our lair.
Our den. All right. So maybe. So are we thinking about just chartering another private affair?
Is that necessary? I hate to burn multiple contacts.
I've checked it out. The driving distance from Cluj or Budapest is exactly the same. We could take a commercial flight to Budapest, a lot more cover, a lot more flights going in and out. No one's going to notice us coming through the big city. And then get a car and drive out to Salard. It's literally equidistant between the two cities.
The in-flight entertainment in Johnny's plan is much better. I like that.
Okay.
I like that a lot.
Fact.
Plus, I'll say this.
Torture.
Approach from Budapest, we're not going through the mountains. And it's interesting that Salard lays right at the edge of the foothills of those mountains. That might explain partially the landslide and the burying of the place. Do we need any special equipment, like sonar or radar, or ground radar, to if we have to look through the earth?
Construction helmets.
Ground penetration.
Cool folks, you know the answer to this, right?
Keep in mind that there was a dig going on. They were doing some mining and stuff there. So it was an active site. It was an active site. So that type of equipment should probably already be there, you would think.
And forgive me too, did Olivia say that while the dig was going on, like something was unearthed? Was that said? I missed that.
No, she said they were looking. It seemed like they were looking for something, but she was discovered with very little time to really be able to look into what was going on there. But they definitely had some heavy equipment and were digging and uncovering the monastery and the ruins.
Yeah, would it be possible to see if any event has occurred recently? Like, Evan, could you hack their site and maybe not literally their dig site, but their information site, and see if anything's happened that might have changed the order of supplies? Like, if they had a dig team of 30 people and suddenly it stopped, then supplies and other things wouldn't be going there, and we'd know something had happened recently.
You want to see what I can find out from the permit perspective as well. Who might have pulled government permits to dig there, because it is a historical site of some significance, right? So if I can pull that, then I can hop from there into that sort of company's data and potentially get some of the stuff that Johnny's asking for.
I'm going to go review our forged paperwork, make sure that it's still up to date and just fine. And I guess we'll charter are we going to just charter a flight? No, we're going to take a boat, right? Take a boat, then we're going to fly into Budapest, you said.
Well, Tesla, if you'd like, I mean, I think we can probably get a commercial flight, but we might have to go through Rome, from Sardinia to Rome and then to Budapest. But whatever you think is best.
All right. Maybe I can just. We have money. I'm assuming, Byron, we have a pretty good stash of collective money.
I mean, you have access to stuff, yeah.
Yeah. Could I basically charter, because we already did a first class, basically a private jet just for our group. Could I charter something like that in a similar fashion that we used before to basically take us straight to Budapest? Yeah,
you could charter a business flight.
All right, that's what I'll work on then.
Just a chartered flight to get to go there.
Byron, for the hack, is that something I need to roll for, or is that going to be covered under my my specialties?
For what?
So I wanted to. So going along with what Johnny was asking me for, the only way in my head that I can really get there is to try to figure out who is at the dig site. So who might have pulled permits with the government to dig there, and that way there's no sort of suspicion, and the local tourist, you know, the guards or whatever at the property are just kind of ignoring them or whatever. Like, I'm trying to sort out, is there a way to figure that out from the sort of Romanian government, which is probably easier to hack than private companies?
Yeah. So what you can find is that the UK government issued a request to be able to dig there.
Oh shit!
And you can see that they have also assigned a mining company called Contago Oil and Gas.
That's a stupid place to dig for oil and gas, man. I would call this out. I think Tesla called it out. I'm gonna be like, all right, you've earned another I told you so. Come look at this shit, and point it out to him. Contago?
Yeah, Contago Oil and Gas.
Is that a legitimate company?
It is. They're based in Houston, Texas.
What? Oh, okay. Figures.
They're a very small company.
Oh no, Americans?
Not Americans.
So an archaeological dig
sponsored by the
contacted or contracted an oil and gas digging company.
Right, and
Texas.
also on the permit, due to the fact that it's a historical site, they had to list an archaeologist to protect the thing, and the archaeologist's name is Farah Almasi.
Correlation between it all, just a long shot, but Farah Almasi and what was the other guy's name? Oh shit, where'd it go? My notes. Hassan Safet. Anything like that? Nothing like that.
No connection there.
So it was just recent names. Okay. Farah, can I get the last name one more time?
Yeah, Almasi.
And that's a picture you just posted.
I'm putting it in the Discord chat right now, too.
Okay.
Oh, do we need Discord open too?
I mean, if you want to see the pictures and stuff, yeah.
What's Almasi? So I go check out what's his social media presence look like. He obviously advertises his finds. Like, what's his shtick? What's he into?
It's a girl, and she does a lot of she did a lot of stuff in Iraq during the Operation Iraqi Freedom and stuff like that, like protecting sites and working for. She worked alongside the UK forces that were stationed in Iraq to protect historic sites and so forth. I don't know why, but it is not loading picture.
I see it. So, and what's funny is...
can you see it? That's funny because I can't
the reason
see it.
I said, because it looks like she has a mustache. I guess that's like dust or something in the picture. It's like, so sorry.
That's just her mouth.
Yes, it is. Just her mouth.
That's just her mouth, not dust.
Hang on, let me clean these.
Which picture do you have?
It's Burt Reynolds.
I can see what you mean.
I can go with Burt Reynolds being a girl. That's fine. All right. So I would relay this, and was it Tesla might have missed that. So you called out earlier that if this was a sponsored by the British government kind of op, I think, when you were kind of postulating out loud, I would call you over and say, all right, fuckface, you've earned another I told you so. Look at this. And I would show you basically that it does look like, in fact, the British government has pulled permits for this dig and contracted with Contago Oil and Gas out of Houston, Texas, to bring their shit over to do the dig. But it's a small company. And I'm guessing probably not enough employees, resources, or equipment to pull it off.
Or they're intending on looking small, and it's a lot bigger of an operation than we originally think.
I don't think it's truthful. And the other thing that they've done is they've got an archaeologist involved, Farah Almasi, a Syrian archaeologist.
What's her reputation? Is it good? She conspiracy nut or?
No, she's legit, but she was involved quite a lot in in the Middle East. But the connection here just doesn't make sense. It's like they had to get her over there to be on record. To his question though, can I triangulate any sort of nonsense that Farah gets herself into around Fuck.
Yeah.
I can't even type the word vampires.
What's your dissertation on? What is her area of study?
Ancient Mesopotamian Crescent and older civilizations. Also, basically the crap. That's my brain not working all of a sudden. It does look like a mustache, by the way. But that's finally, the picture finally loaded on Discord.
Sorry.
That is so crazy.
It does kind of look like a mustache.
It does kind of look like a mustache. It's not.
All right.
But like I said, the ancient Sumerian folklore and stuff like that is a lot of big study for her.
Was that my art history that I was doing? My tracing through history.
Yeah.
The Sumerian end of it. Does that ring any bells for me? Like, what was my end of the Sumerian art that I was tracing through history on this?
Well, I mean, Evan probably immediately, as soon as I say Sumerian history,
yeah, of course, the Anunnaki.
He probably is looking at the Anunnaki, and he's probably pulling up the fourth kind on his phone, and some shit like that. So
thinking, all right, Tesla, there's an "I told you so" coming. You wait for it. It's gonna be a big one. Big one.
Let me guess. Their civilization was built by aliens, right?
I don't know about theirs, but you were made from them ultimately. I'll be able to prove it one day, I'm sure. Just as you will. It's something serious.
Is Farah Almasi with a university?
Yeah, she's with a university in Syria.
And did she have to bring over a lot of interns and students to help the dig? Or who's doing the actual, besides the oil and gas company, who's doing the brush work, the light work?
You're not sure. You would suppose her team, but you don't have access to that information.
Can I? So the small company, this Texan place. Let me see if I can sort of route my way to their network and try to dig around, because they're probably not the most security conscious bunch. Security, sort of construction types or not. If I can find any kind of reference in their records to Farah or this site or anything, I want to rule them out as a presence in this. I think this is just playing paperwork across the world, right? Can I look that? Yeah. So let me see if I can do that. Is that a spend, or would it be easy?
That's going to be a 1-point spend.
All right, I'll do it.
To kind of pull the records of you're talking about pulling the records of petroleum company, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because if it's on the up and up, they're going to have contracts. They'll have sort of bids. They'll have all that nonsense. Probably some sort of permits that they've pulled to ship there or rent shit from Romania. That kind of thing. Looking for any breadcrumb, and then something that looks legitimate.
Yeah. So two things you notice. One is their website does not have a lot of fucking security.
All right.
like you could almost hack into it with just so easy, like getting into a Dunkin' Donuts computer. Ooh. It's like that simple. And they just look like a very small company on the up and up. No connection to anything goofy, anything like that.
Okay.
They don't look like they take very big high bid jobs.
So can I? They're small. I'm guessing that they're sort of they're probably using like QuickBooks for all their shit or whatever. Can I? Is there a way that I can breach that? What I'm looking for with that point spend is any connection, because if it's seeded, is it too polished so it looks like the government planted it, or does it look like it was data entered by the sales dude? That kind of thing.
Yeah, heard.
Yeah.
So give me 1 second.
Okay. It just seems sensible, right, that the British government would choose some random place in Texas. No one would think to check that.
Right.
Certainly the Romanians wouldn't want to call someone in Texas.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing that you can see as you look into why would an oil and gas company be in Romania? What would they want to be there for? And one thing you find out is so it lies more on the Romanian side than it does on the American side. So the details of why an oil and gas company would want to be there is the Sucasu regime squandered Romania's oil reserves. Once they used to be the largest in Europe, but Romania still has the largest refinery capacity in the region. Shale gas deposits in Transylvania offer the possibility of energy independence despite strong political opposition to fracking. So this company does fracking and so forth, and they're known for kind of doing it under the radar. The Romanian government supports gas exploration, but between local concerns and EU foot dragging, the country's shale potential remains theoretical. So right now, most of Romanian energy comes from Russian oil and gas, although negotiations to host pipelines from the Persian Gulf are underway. So this company's trying to probably get in there and keep that stuff coming from the Persian Gulf, basically.
So, folks, I think, honestly, I mean, I appreciate your speculation that this is all some sort of Romanian vampire situation, but it's really about petrol. It's like Gulf War all over again. Next thing you know, the Americans will be bombing Romania. I still think we should go there, but I'm less concerned. I think this is textbook.
Why would it draw Olivia in then? If it's just about oil, it's not her MO to care about that naturalist stuff, or who's digging for oil where.
Well, I think the same reason it piqued your interest, right? It smells like some sort of conspiracy. That's what she writes about.
Do you have access to the actual production numbers related to the Romanian production in the fields?
In terms of volume that this company might be drawing from the fields?
Yes, anything you can find. I want to apply Benford's law to it. If you can find me some numbers, I'll go through it. Of course, you're all familiar with Benford's law, of course, right?
Of course.
Yeah. I read all about it back in college.
Excellent. Then, Tesla, you can help me with the analysis. Evan, and let's have a look. It doesn't matter. They could be books. They could be accounting books. They could be production numbers.
Yes.
But it will tell us what happens. And for those, forgive me, who don't know Benford's law, it's an inescapable fact of reality that the numeral 1 will be the leading digit of genuine data sets 30.1% of the time. The numeral 2 will be the leading digit 17.6% of the time. And each subsequent numeral, 3 through 9, will be the leading digit with a decreasing frequency. It follows a perfect curve. Any fake, cooked books, cooked numbers, cooked production, generally speaking, does not adhere to Benford's law, because human beings are fallible. But we can tell pretty quickly if there's something dicey going on if it doesn't match. And you may not believe this, but it is true that when applied to anything in nature or in humankind that's not cooked, Benford law always comes out perfectly. This is a fact, much like aliens, Tesla.
Right. So you said you're applying that to the information that Evan got.
Yeah. If Evan can get us some statistical information like production numbers, some books maybe he can hack, so we can look at them. Yeah. We'll look at them and just see if it applies. Actually, if Tesla has computer programming, or Dr. Mitchell does, or maybe Evan, this is something that could easily be done through a computer. It's basically basic stat. Once you know Benford's law, and by the way, out of character, Benford's law is real. The IRS uses it to audit taxes.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So I have one in accounting, so I guess I could help.
So
that's the spirit, Tesla. That's the way to go.
I will pull
Good man.
revenue.
Can we do it on the plane?
Yeah, should
good.
Be
we're going to be going there no matter what, right?
Yes, but Lily may want to double her armament depending on what we find out.
You mean get more swords?
Whatever it is Lily wants to do. I never asked her.
This one will do.
So
I find
Byron,
it safer not to ask her too many questions.
Byron, I will pull revenue. I will pull staffing records if I can get them to see if they grow proportionate to revenue, because this is a labor-intensive situation. I will look at pull their rental contracts to see if they are renting large amounts of equipment to do stuff there. And for self-gratification, look to see if they have ground-penetrating radar there. So, because if we get there and they didn't have one, and Johnny had said to get one, he's going to yell at me. So I don't want to get yelled at again.
So the problem that you're having is it doesn't look like they've been on Dig site long enough to have uploaded any of that information to their server. So they probably have it localized, but they don't have it uploaded to their server yet.
The other thing, laws aside, Johnny, think about this for a moment. So I want to make this an oil production site, and I hire an archaeologist to get past the government to allow me in there to dig. They're not making us a production site. They're going to put an oil pump right in the middle of the monastery, right?
Well, they're not digging in the monastery. They're digging close to it, right?
I don't know.
I think Olivia said they were digging in it.
Yeah, she was on the property there.
I mean, so what if you pull the numbers that are posted for their other operations and see if there are any discrepancies there? Might give us a general idea of their legitimacy.
Yeah.
Right. So that's going to cost a 1 point spend in accounting or data or traffic analysis.
I'll do traffic analysis. I'll take that.
I have accounting. Does anybody else have accounting?
Tesla, could you come here? Because this just I let you do your accounting shit.
I'm like, all right, let me see.
He helps me. He helps me with TurboTax every year. It's fantastic.
I would like to address the why was Olivia there thing. First of all, can't we ask her? She's still around. And second of all, second of all, I mean, I theorize Romania and vampires. I mean, the lore goes back a long way. It's possible that she was just there looking for color
and stumbled onto something unrelated, right?
Yeah, and just fell into something.
If I reach out to her, if I reach out to her, we're gonna have to move her. My friend and I, it's kind of a one-time favor, so she stays hidden until she's not, and then we're gonna find. I mean,
you didn't get any of this basic information from her when you were with her?
Well, we talk.
Byron, do we get a flashback?
What were you doing?
We talk quite a lot.
It's like you dog.
Were you trying to flirt with her again?
What were you doing that whole time?
You James bonded her, didn't you?
Well, then she's definitely going to die. That was a dumb idea.
You Captain Kirked her.
I'm pretty sure that Evan and Olivia had a very, very long chat about the UFO symposium that they were both at.
I have to share this.
In southern Florida.
So Mike from the chat says James Bondage. That's my nickname.
Bondage.
Look, I was in the moment.
Ears are bleeding.
It was
sorry.
I honestly, I don't. I get choked up in those situations. I got her the fuck out of there and safe, and I thought you were going to talk to her, so I just tried to entertain her as best as possible. And
all right, if Evan looks like a deer in headlights, I'll interrupt. Tesla, you got a private plane to Budapest?
Yeah, it's all. I have it all lined up. We just have to. We have to just get there by 5 a.m. in the morning.
All right, Lily. Just assume it's infested with aliens or vampires or whatever it is. We'll just go in for bear, and then if it turns out there's nothing there, well, we'll just have to bring the stuff back.
Right.
Fair enough.
So there were two other small pieces of information that you found with what you did there.
Oh, okay.
One was when you were looking at the documents and the details of the finances. Sure enough, it looks like there are some discrepancies in their books for the size of company that they are and the type of work that they do. There's some stuff that definitely doesn't make sense. So with that in mind, if somebody would like to make a 1 point trade craft spend.
I got loads of it. Do you guys have it? Or
I have some, but
I don't have loads of it. No.
It's probably best suited for Johnny, to be honest.
yeah.
Based on his character background. Okay, so there are some telltale CIA trails. In your time in MI6, you definitely were aware of like some of the ways that they handle things, and you would think that possibly the guy that they have that Contrago Oil has on the ground would be the type of gentleman who would be friendly to the CIA. It's definitely the size and type of company they would use for information.
We're in luck, folks. Our cousins across the pond appear to be involved. And if I'm not mistaken, when we make contact, I believe we might be able to ask a favor. So it looks like CIA, and they probably have a handler on site somewhere. Might be in the near town, may literally be watching the place. I might know how to flag them down once we get there. But
CIA.
I believe we still stand where we were. Lily should just be bearing arms. I think you should all be prepared for something dangerous, just in case. I'm sorry, Terry.
Well, I do have my modest supply of C4. I just reached down to a small pack and I just run my hand over it lovingly.
I asked you not to keep that anywhere near my fucking computer. For God's sake, put it back in the kitchen at least, not in your pocket.
Yeah. I'm like, it's really stable.
Saving it for a special occasion, so I think it qualifies.
I've worked with this stuff for years. It's incredibly stable.
I picture you making little figures, little miniatures out of C4.
He makes like a Christmas diorama out of C4.
It's like, hi, I'm Evan.
He uses little figures to talk to each of us.
Like Mr. Bill.
Mr. Bill. There's a reference. All right, so bring explosives, bring arms, be prepared. Byron, if I'll look through my guides or anything else I've got in my notes, do I know of anyone who I think might be a contact that I could reach out to who might give me an in when we get to the site to contact the Watcher, whoever it is from the CIA?
No.
Okay.
And nothing of that sort. Nothing where you could. There's not enough information there to track down who it might be. Just that they definitely have their telltale signs of their way they do shit in the books.
All right. When I get there, I will look around and I will imagine what would I do if I were there, and then I will go to that spot or the best spot to look at that spot to find the person who's involved. All right. I'll just play that. If that was clear.
Yeah, it was clear as like solid mud on a rainy day, but yes.
All right.
Clear as solid mud.
I somehow believe that I actually understood what you were going for there, but
it's like the first abstract of the first derivative of the equation. It's simple. It's simple. All right. So we load up and we head out, I guess.
All right, let's do this.
All right, so
is there anyone who want to do anything before we left? I should ask the party.
Besides all the fun stuff you've already done?
Yeah. Well, I meant, hey, Dr. Mitchell wants to bring a bazooka. You know, something like that.
I can do that. I can actually fire a bazooka.
I believe you, Lily. You want to bring anything?
I will load up my road cases and make sure that I've got my satellite connectivity sorted for this region, whatever that looks like.
So we are going to be passing as tourists. Is that the deal? At first, or what?
No, I mean, why not? And then when we understand the situation better, we can just change that disguise immediately.
Well, I guess there's a question: how many tourists really go to this small Romanian town in the middle of nowhere? Maybe if we pose as oil executives, that might be more believable. At least then they might think we're from Exxon. What do you think? I mean,
explain the kit as well, right? You're not going to travel without connections.
You mean just show up in polo shirts and khaki pants and just... just assume that they're going to be cool. They're going to assume that we're upper echelon people. I mean, I guess it could work, actually.
By the way, Johnny's always wearing a slightly gray suit. It's like one of 50 different shades of gray, right? So he's always wearing a gray suit. He's like, Tesla, perhaps I could loan you something. It basically just look like business people. Unless I'm mistaken, Byron, is Salard like a tourist attraction?
Not really. It's like a small village.
So we have two choices, or maybe three. 1, villagers. 2, oil executives. 3, something else.
What if we split up? What if we didn't enter town from the same direction altogether? I mean, all of us stick out like a sore thumb, no matter how you slice it.
As a group, yeah. As a group, we can separate into multiple groups.
That's true. I mean, oil executives might be fine. Like, we're just business people affiliated with the mining contractors, and I'm assuming that they might have seen some people go through there who are exactly like that. So, yeah, Johnny, you're probably right. I think I was wrong on that one. Might not be a bad idea to just use the mining company as cover. After all, it's a company from Texas, which means that unless they're hiring people locally, which I doubt, all of them are going to look exactly like us.
But if they've got local plants or observers, if there's anything sensational about what they're doing, and we go around mentioning that name, it's going to stick out like a bit of a sore thumb. Talking about a company out of Texas.
Well,
right?
If we're oil executives, it would make more sense. I mean, if we went there as Baptist minister or missionaries, and we talk about oil, that would be odd. Although I think, Lily, you'd look wonderful in the outfits. But if we go there as oil executives and we start asking questions and Tesla's carrying around like cases of C4, especially if Tesla's dressed like an engineer, Tesla, that means like khaki shorts and black socks, okay? Then perhaps we won't stick out so badly, or we'll stick out in a way that they're used to. Because after all, Contago Oil and Gas has been there apparently for how long, Evan? Months?
Yes. All right.
Yeah, I mean, hide in plain sight. It makes the most sense to me. And if we get unwanted, I guess people looking into us, then Lily can handle it.
That's true. I guess one question, Byron, is what do we spend a point on to know what's appropriate cover for this thing? I mean,
you could probably find that out with just basically just Google, for that matter. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, what do you think? I mean, does oil executive sound right or no?
That's entirely up to you, how you want to approach it.
How are we going to? I mean, all it takes is
there's an archaeologist. There's an archaeologist there. There's an oil and gas company there.
But how?
I think I think we could pull off tourists and split up and come from different angles. I mean, honestly, as I'm looking at this,
I'm worried that somebody's going to call Contago and we're going to get blown. How are we going to not?
Yeah.
You do know from Olivia Liu that when she was found snooping around, that she was shot at.
Oh, yes.
There's armed people there.
Who's the security company that Contago Oil and Gas is using?
They don't have one listed.
If we could pose as hired security contractors and we could get a little access there, that's something that any of us could pretend to be, even Lily.
That's something we could pull off convincingly, yes.
Is there any chance
that we're security contractors?
Yes.
And get us ID and employee records?
Evan, can you do that?
I can. I think. Well, here's the problem. I just want to be upfront with you.
Always a problem.
There doesn't appear to be a good connection between this oil company and the actual people that are there. So if we show up with IDs that are legitimate, we might be fucked. I'll make them, but we might be fucked. So we're going to be better fucked than we've ever been, but still fucked. And that's a problem. So
no killing? Yeah.
No, you kill all of them then because we're fucked. So you just chop all the heads off and then I don't know, are they vampires or something?
I haven't driven a bulldozer for a while.
You haven't driven a bulldozer for a while.
I can make the IDs.
Good.
I think. Wait, what if security contractors? What if I get it as in the Romanian government? Like we were contractors hired to look over what's going on there, and we come in on the sly, sort of legitimate government papers. Probably not a great relationship between the people that are actually there and the government that they've sort of gotten permits from. We're sort of there to look into things. We can't play. The trouble I have is claiming to be them, with them, one of them. Somebody's going to smell a rat, I think. Right?
I think anything could break us open. We just got to figure out what's the least likely to bust this thing open. I mean, Taurus.
I really like
Taurus is awkward. They could call if we're executives or security people, but how long would it take them to really? Would they really decide to immediately try to research that, or would they just take it as a matter of fact?
Well, but maybe, just maybe, we could buy someone off, right? Like, and by the way, I would like to write this down. Lily agreed with me. She never agrees with me about anything, and she just did. What if we buy someone in the government off, right?
Sounds like a great idea.
We go there. We're here to. We're liaisons. We wear. I would wear pants or something. I don't know. Yeah.
Just pretend to be a member of the Romanian government. Anybody speak Romanian?
Yes.
Well, I was about to get to that. So
I can speak Romanian.
Yes, I do.
yeah, don't worry. Yeah. I speak Romanian. Also, I know both the Wallachian and Moldavian dialects, as well as Kasangos, the subgroup of Catholics that lived in that part of Romania for the last 2,000 years. They are
I will
persecuted
not
by
speak.
Forgive me, I don't mean to digress or to get into details, but that's the other part of it. Lily and I believe, are both specialized enough that we may be able to pass as natives. But the rest of you probably cannot. If it came to that, well, we could get the van. You three could monitor from the van, and Lily and I could actually do the walking with radio monitors in the town, if that's acceptable to the group. I can pass as a native.
Done.
However you want to do it.
Well, no one's objecting to that idea.
Well, Lily also is very skilled in disguise. So
Very. I could pretend to be anyone.
I'll tutor. Is it all right? So Byron, is it Wallachian, Moldavian, or Kasangos?
would have been Wallachian at some point. So,
I'll
but that would have been like back when it was part of Austria-Hungary.
Well, the natives though probably still have that lilted language. I'll help Lily with her local accent, and if everyone's agreed to that, Dr. Mitchell, you okay with that? Tesla?
Yeah. I mean, we can be semi nearby.
Evan?
Yeah, perfect. As long as we're not claiming to be one of them, I'll stick with Tesla. We'll have you back.
All right, Lily, prepare our costumes and let's get ready to go.
All right. So the camera kind of pans back as you guys are loading this stuff in the van and kind of driving it to the your little local kind of. At this point, I suppose you guys almost have like a little warehouse or a hangar actually at at the airport that you kind of use and kind of drive in there, load up your stuff. It's probably late in the evening. It's really not that far of a flight to get there from where you are. So you can get into to Budapest relatively easily.
All right.
You get a vehicle. So whether that's another van, whatever you get there to take that you're going to drive.
I just steal us a van and change out the plates midway. At a location, and I'll just keep changing the plates.
Okay, not a problem. So I kind of picture you guys having like one of those Mercedes like Sprinter van type style vans. You probably get one with an okay suspension, but the roads in Romania are not that great. And so you go up into the mountains and so forth, and basically, it's probably, I'm going to say somewhere in the neighborhood of 9 or what time of the day are you guys going to go? Like the final little stretch up to the area.
Early afternoon?
Yeah, I mean, depending on what we think would be normal for that type of year. Actually, we might try to arrange it to be in sync with whatever the religious service is in town. And then Lily and I will attend the service first thing, saying that we are visiting and that we, of course, want to attend the noon services, being devout, Christians that we are. I also tell you, remember, Lily, go light on the Wallachian. Ever since Ceausescu, it's been sort of a no-no to be strong on the Wallachian accent.
I'll just let you talk.
Fair enough.
And if I have to, I will.
I'm consistently confused with how you know all of these things, Johnny. I just
ever since Michał Ionescu in 1887 said that Romanian. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't let me go on. Let's
won't.
continue.
I go back to my computer.
All right. So Byron, we'll roll to town. We'll
I'm just gonna take like a large knife.
Pardon?
Obviously, I can't bring my my whole sword with me.
Romanian death metal van. That's
what I was laughing about. Like I just saw it pop up in the corner.
I'm just like, hey, Lily, you don't ever use guns ever, do you?
I can.
You just
yes,
you don't want a gun?
I mean, I'll take one too.
Sure.
What the hell is that on the side of it? Like those are like those are pipes. Are those pipes that go like up and up? Oh my god!
No, I think that's a dragon.
I feel so. No, they're like pipes that like run up the.
Oh yeah.
That's to let the evil out. The evil comes out the top.
The evil out.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's to let the evil in.
Could be.
I don't know. Yeah, that's amazing. I feel sad that any of our viewers are not seeing this.
It's going in the chat. It's in the chat.
Those who want a surprise. That's awesome, dude. The best vehicle for a secret agent team that I've ever seen.
Totally nondescript.
Yeah,
very totally nondescript.
Can you guys send me the link for the chat because I can't see it. I logged in, but I'm not able to find it.
For the Discord or the Twitch
Discord.
chat?
Is it the Symphony Discord that we're using?
No, BRNC.
I don't think I have that on my list.
No.
Shit. Why do you not have it? There you go.
Just tagged you.
Tyler tagged you in it.
Did I me?
I sent you an invite at some point. But anyhow.
I
apologize. It says you're not online. This is your offline.
Oh, it says I'm offline? I am online. Let me look here. I'm sorry to interrupt play. Maybe we can take it over later.
It says Johnny, so you must have even changed your name.
You were in it last time.
On the left-hand side, I see Home, Lurking Fears, Keeper Grail, Symphony Entertainment, Fans of Carcosa, and KOFP.
This is proof that you have more fun than I do.
It says you say you're on there right now.
I am on there now.
Do you have two different Discords?
Do you have two different Discords?
Yeah, because you were logged in last time.
You were logged in last time. You put pictures of Sardinia and everything.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you have like 9 emails, so why would you
I see you guys on there. Let me say hi to one of you, and then I am. Let's see here.
What says you're offline?
Yeah.
I see Tyler. I'll send a message to say hi.
Yeah.
Is that Tyler?
Yeah, that's a different Discord.
Yeah, so I just sent you a hey to...
I'll add this one. Give me a second.
More than one Discord.
Right. We'll let Tyler handle that.
He's the international Discord user of mystery today.
Yeah. He is my Discord go-to.
Yeah.
So, because
all right, you were invited to the server.
Thank you. Woohoo! Yeah.
Oh, look, Kung Fu Hustle just showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and you see the one right below that says Johnny in parentheses Dan. Yeah, that's also yours.
That was probably a Russian hacker who's impersonating us all now. You know,
he literally in real life has so many alternate personalities. He doesn't know which ones.
I don't even know who I am.
Isn't even. He's not role playing.
So, hey, Evan and Dr. Mitchell, you guys want to make some bets about whether we're going to have to pull their asses out of the fire?
Oh, fuck yes.
$100 that we need to save them from something.
Yeah. Right.
If we're lucky, Lily, it'll just be our asses.
They'll have to save the people before they save me.
I think that's too safe a bet. I think we should be taking bets on. We should have a pool on how long it's going to take them to get into trouble.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna say within about
seconds,
less than 2 hours, they're gonna blow something, and then we're gonna be doing something. What do you think?
If I'm privy to this at all, I say, no, be clear. Lily is just there to keep us safe for the first 30 seconds until you come running in. So you are to monitor us at all times. If we hear the trouble signal, what's the trouble signal, Lily?
The bat signal?
Exactly. What's the safe word that we use to call them in?
How about kumquat?
Oh, how about, oh fuck, the vampire's thrown me through a wall. How about that?
I knew it.
A little too on the nose. A little too on the nose.
That's more of a safe sentence than it is a safe word.
Well, they're all very loquacious.
Oh fuck should be the safe word.
Oh, how about this one? How about this? What nice weather we're having.
No, I say that a lot, actually.
Oh, okay.
He's going to be in the middle of a conversation. What nice weather we're having. Everyone's going to die.
All right.
Okay, so
whatever you guys want. We'll have a safe word, Byron, whatever it is.
Sure.
It's probably oh fuck, but okay.
All right, sure.
all right, okay. Oh, fuck then.
Safe word is classified.
Okay. So you guys go into the town, so the monastery is actually several miles outside of town, so it's not around anything else. So heads up on that. As you guys figure out once you get to Zalard. And it's a relatively quaint town. Not a whole lot of people there. It's probably got like less than 700 or 800 people that live there.
Oh,
where
very
the hell
small.
Park this van?
Well, do we think we can roll right through town and go straight to the monastery?
Oh shit!
Is that what you want to do? You want to just head straight for the mining?
Asking Byron
In that van?
Do we think we can roll right through town and go straight to the monastery, or
I mean, you sure can.
We'll probably get if we're gonna.
Sorry,
go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I don't picture the Romanian government driving the D team.
That's what I was to say. We probably get a very nice car.
Well, we're not pretending to be like the Romanian government. Only you two are, I suppose. So they should not see our van.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Go back and go steal us a car now. We're already in Shitheel Village.
Well, Lily was going to get us disguises. Lily, how did you disguise us?
Why don't we just rent it? Why do we always have to steal things?
I don't want to leave a paper trail.
We use false identities, Tesla.
So why not the government?
It's still a paper trail.
Why not Tesla, those of us who are not going, so Tesla, the doctor, and I steal the van, because Tesla likes to steal things. It keeps him quiet and happy. And then you guys rent a different vehicle, so that way, we can talk bad about you while you're not in our van.
Seems fair.
Okay. And there's someone to save us from the death metal band that we stole the van from, or whatever this is.
I mean, I think that that band is really up and coming. They're going to be big one day. I mean, that's if they can afford a new guitar.
Nice.
So they were going to sell a van for new strings, but
well, I'm sure with a go-getting attitude,
ruin their whole fucking plan.
We can give it back. We'll leave them $50 on the dashboard.
We'll give the death metal name, the death metal band name for whatever it is. We'll give that job to Mike since he's on the stream chat.
Do it, Mike.
Do it, Mike. Give us a name.
Come on.
So
we could have the tires upgraded while we have it.
You're gonna take it to the shop.
Get it a tune-up.
Goblin Riot, he says.
Goblin Riot.
Goblin Riot.
Nice. Done.
All right, awesome.
Perfect.
It's a very throaty type of music. That's why the vampires like it. It's very throaty. All right, so you guys go to the town, little small ass town, driving the little the D-team van, and of course renting the other car. What type of car is it, Tesla, with your Gear Devil?
Well, it's going to be so somebody quick. Oh wait, Lily's good at this. Give me a.
Not cars.
That's right, names.
Oh, it's names. Okay.
Yeah, it's a car. So you probably get like an Audi S8. It got high acceleration.
There we go. An Audi.
Fuck. Good handling.
You know what? Sure, we got an Audi S8. I'll take it.
Please do me a favor. Wait an hour after you arrive in town safely for us to drive the D-team van along before you scream, "Oh fuck!"
For you guys to catch up to us.
Fantastic import. Nice.
I can't believe you get to drive the nice car and I got to drive the shit-heeled stupid van.
At least it doesn't smell like crotch in the driver's seat. Back here is awful.
The smell of crotch is extra.
Authentic.
That's gross.
I like that.
Authentic crotch smell.
Nice.
There you go. All right. So, so you guys are driving up to the dig site, and you get probably, I'm going to say, probably a good quarter of a mile from you're going to kind of taking the back road up to the monastery, and you see a very kind of shoddy, there's looks like they put some posts up and like a little chain link fence across it, and it says authorized personnel only.
All right. Lily, do you want to describe our disguises, or do you want me to do it?
And there's a little copy of their permits.
All right.
Copy of their
You know more
permits.
about this place than me.
Lily and I are I'm wearing a cheap suit, and Lily's wearing the equivalent. We are middle-level safety inspection people who, our story is we were forced to come out here because we have to and take some stupid photographs. We don't give a shit about the place, but we have to walk around, we have to take some photographs, and then we want to get the fuck out before it gets dark because we want to go home. And if anyone asks us, we're not only here because the only way to keep the federal government out of this site is for us to do this. So they better just stay out of our way.
So there's nobody at the gate, though.
That's no problem.
Literally just a gate.
Is there anyone manning the gate, or is it just
No.
open?
No,
Right.
there's no one manning the gate. It's just shut, has a padlock on it, and so forth.
Right. I take a look at the padlock. I look around for do I see any obvious traps?
No, you don't see any traps or anything like that.
The mimic.
You do notice that it does look like a lot of different vehicles have driven up this road lately. So
Okay.
because it's not paved, it's just a dirt road.
Just so,
So I
this
think
doesn't.
someone- a lot of-
okay.
Some heavy. Maybe there's some larger vehicles today. Probably
So
some heavy
Byron,
equipment.
just so that when the shit hits the fan, because it will, is there a place where we can park, off to the side safely, but nearby, very well concealed, and we're not moving. We're just kind of sitting there observing. That way they can proceed with this, and there's no doubt as to where we're at. We're not pulling in right behind them with the music playing or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I tell
You guys listen
every
there.
Evan, try and find some high ground that Tesla, the doctor, get a clear shot if necessary. And I say it in my best Wallachian, "Oi! I got the combination here!" And I begin to open the lock with my.
That didn't sound Wallachian at all. That sounded like
That was the American equivalent of the
that was
Wallach.
like Sydney,
I tell him it's a
Australia.
great accent. I tell him it's great.
Thank you, Lily.
You know, if you would have let me steal a helicopter, this would have been easier.
Yes.
And a lot louder.
That's true.
Yeah, no
I am-
stealth chopper.
We're trying not to kill everyone in here.
Also very nondescript.
So you guys are kind of messing around with the lock. and
Well, I have
so-
skills. I don't mess around the lock. I open the lock.
Well, yeah, you just pop the lock open. You know what I mean with. and you kind of pull the gate open, drive the car. Are you driving the car through, or are you just walking? Leaving the car here.
Oh no, we're taking the car.
We're taking the car.
Okay. So yeah, you
I'm
open
not
the
gonna
gate.
get caught with my ass in the middle of nowhere with no.
Open the gate and drive the car around. So it kind of like comes around a little bit and begins to weave up to the place, and it's right out really in the open. So there's really not a lot of
hiding.
So, however, you can see the large portion of it is like has at some point been covered by a bunch of dirt and from the landslide. That
Oh, it's like right here.
yeah, it's like right here.
Well,
So
go ahead. Sorry.
so there is there are a lot of heavy equipment that looks like they're actively working currently. So you can see that there is some heavy equipment. They're doing some digging in the main monastery itself. They're like, you can see the cranes and stuff are up over top of the walls of the monastery, and they're actually digging on the interior of the monastery itself. Not a place where you would be digging for oil and gas at all whatsoever. And you can see a small trailer with some people walking around and so forth. And relatively quickly, with some note, without even spending any notice, you see there are probably about 15 armed guys, and they do not look like the type of personnel that you would think would be guarding this type of dig site. These guys look straight out Romanian or like Ukrainian, like thugs, like organized crime, maybe Chechen rebels even type dudes.
Do they look anything like that scaly dude we ran into?
What are they armed with?
No, like AK-47s, Russian equipment, highly military style guys. They're wearing camouflage. They're definitely suited up like a military unit.
Turn your body cameras on, folks, so that we can watch you die fiery death.
Yeah, I'll have like fake glasses. Have like a camera.
Since we're trying to get to a high place, can we get into a position where we could actually see some of these assholes, maybe through the end of a big ass scope?
So the high place that you can really get to, they are on the high spots. So they're kind of on like a little ridge that has like kind of came down from the Carpathian Mountain, and they have heavy equipment up on that spot.
Okay.
They're like reaching down over top of the monastery, like digging into
it. I'm just like, be aware, we have no vantage point to assist you guys.
That's
just letting you know.
Just turn your body cameras on if you would, and we'll do our best.
Yeah, they're wired.
Yeah,
they're wired.
I'll also ask this: do I see anyone in the vicinity who is looking and dressed and body language differently that I think they might be the one of the on-site operatives from the CIA?
So you see a guy that's kind of wandering. He's kind of standing, smoking a cigarette over by the trailer.
Is it filtered?
Understandable question. Yeah, it's filtered.
We found our operative, probably. Either that or he's
Oh, nice. It's that guy, huh? All right.
It's that guy.
He's gregarious, if nothing else.
All right. Well,
you know how hard it is to find a picture of like an executive that doesn't have like some shitty smile on his face.
Nope.
We'll park our car. Does it seem like there's a place where everyone's parking their cars?
Yeah, there's a place where people have cars parked. As you drive up there, you definitely have gotten the attention of some of the armed guards.
I am, as we pull up, roll down the window, and I'll say my best Wallachian. I say, hi, we're here for the inspection. I pull up my cigarettes. I pull one out. Oh, I offer him one.
He doesn't look very happy at all. So this is the guy that comes over to talk to you. Let's see here. Leave his
I was sort of on the.
He looks
got
nice.
The body. He looks like a cunt, doesn't he? Look at him. Awful.
He's like a fucking.
Dude, that's not gonna go good.
All right, I have a lot of skills for toning down a situation. So I'm basically pointing out to him that basically what I'm saying is that we're here as part of the quote unquote getting the red tape signed and paperwork taken care of. We're part of what makes this possible. So we're the guys who, with the state government, we have to push the red stamp. We're just here to help out, get the shit done, and move on. But I also offer him an unfiltered cigarette.
Yeah, he's very, very stone faced. He's basically yelling at you in Ukrainian.
I'm understanding you. I speak Ukrainian perfectly. I asked, does he strike me as like former police, former military?
If you had bad mercenary or organized crime thug as like your for 500, that's what you would think.
All right. So pop talk, none of that stuff's gonna work. Is there any skill or interpersonal ability that I think will work on him?
Blowjob.
Blowjob.
Right there, right down in the open.
Like with no consent necessary, just straight on rod swallow.
Straight blowjob.
This explains why whenever
I'm here about the blowjob. Yeah.
whenever does our negotiations, he needs lots of chapstick. I never understood that.
Now it makes sense.
All right.
So I just say it's like, hey Johnny, just say that you just want a brief tour of the place and then get the fuck out of there.
Mike said it in the chat that blowjobs get +5 to persuasion rolls.
See, Johnny?
Oh, that's it's good to know. It's good to know. So basically, I don't think there's any interpersonal ability or skill I can use to help defuse this guy.
No, this guy looks all business. He pretty much realizes that he doesn't really give a shit whether you're supposed to be here or not. And he pretty much is threatening you in Ukrainian that if you don't get the fuck out of here, he's going to shoot you.
Remember, I'm speaking fluent Ukrainian, so you can just talk to me like we're speaking English. We can roleplay.
I'm sure.
Okay. So you're yelling at what's he yelling at? What are you yelling at me?
He's just like, you need to get out of here. You should not be here.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. You're absolutely right. I began to turn the car around. I look like I'm a little confused. I'm going to turn the car around, but I'm going to pull it around so that I get closer to where the CIA agent is, that side of the camp. So can I spin the car around to go out? But if he's on my left, I'm going to spin around to my left. If he's on my right, I'll spin around to my right. There's no road here, right? It's all dirt.
Yeah, it's just all dirt. It's just
I will turn around, and if I can, I'll turn around so that my driver's side window gets close enough to the CIA operative as I'm turning around that I can pause for a second and say something to him or her.
Okay. Yeah, you could kind of, so I picture like you're kind of like backing up, kind of weird, like you can't fucking drive. Just kind of like backing up the wrong way and kind of pulling up and then like you just can't turn. So like you're pulling forward and then backing up a little bit and pulling forward and then backing up.
How do you say power steering in Ukrainian? I don't know. All right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And yeah, so you can see the guy, he's over there by the trailer kind of smoking smoking a Pall Mall.
Oh shit.
All right. As I pull up, do other phrases or catchphrases in like using like my my abilities, my cover or whatever that I know that to signal to the CIA, like to call the guy over? We both. I'm 30 years in tradecraft, so
like, hey yo. I mean, you could throw some tradecraft style shit out there. Yeah. You throw some tradecraft shit out there, and he looks very fucking confused. He's just like, and he's like, he's pointing. He's just pointing, and you can see the other guy's getting a little pissed off, and he starts reaching to his side holster to pull out a fucking pistol.
All right, and I throw the CIA agent a burner, and I go. Does he take it?
I mean, you throw it. He doesn't know what the fuck it is.
Well, I hold it out for him to see it.
Okay. Well, he's probably a good, 15, 20 feet from you.
I'm sorry. I thought I was going to drive right next to him.
Yeah, you can't get right next to him because the trailer's like kind of off the road, and it's like, you know what I mean. So,
all right, I look at him.
I understand what you're going for, and maybe I badly described it. So we'll make him a little closer. Maybe he walks over to the vehicle, and he's like, you really should go. I don't know if you understand English, but I could tell you that man is not very happy. And
I say to him in my normal English accent, I say, 8:30 p.m. Stolznitz's at the bar. And I say, here, take this burner. I'll call you on this.
He's making
he takes the phone out of your hand.
He's
all right, and I go.
Listening to this, I'm so confused. Like, so Tesla, they've been kind of in the chat, obviously, informing me what's going on. But I'm like,
they fucked it up.
This is. He's made a date. He's gonna have to go through with the.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that guy either had no idea what the fuck was going on.
He doesn't.
Or he was pretending really well. Oh yeah, you can hear me over the mic. Do you think that he's?
What the fuck was that?
See, that was making contact with the local intelligence officer. It's clear from what we saw that the oil company is digging in the middle of the church. They're obviously not digging for oil.
Yes.
And what we're probably going to have to do is visit at night. Someone who's very, very sneaky, I look over at Lily, to have a peek inside to see what's going on, while perhaps I can get some information from my fellows on the other side of the pond.
Do you want to just?
Why don't we just hit up the town? We could hit up the townspeople, you know. I'm sure they have some opinions about this shit.
We should return this.
So,
They
might know something, but I get the idea by the fence and the men with the big guns that they're keeping everyone local away. But you're right. Maybe they have some local laborers who know something about it.
Yeah, and at this point,
everyone away at this point.
And we're already going to be the objects of interest. I mean, after all, if that CEO
after that just fucking happened, of course we're going to be objects of fucking interest.
No. They are going to be. Goblin Riot is not suspected.
That's right.
Right?
No one suspects Goblin Riot.
So we should probably just pull in right behind him as he's leaving and try something slightly different.
Well, what I'm saying is let's not even go to the mining site. Let's cool our heels for a day or so, or at least the day, and we can pretend to be, the rest of us can just pretend to be a punk rock band.
Yeah. So Tesla was
right.
able
No. That's what we totally needed as a backdrop. That's what we're doing there. So we're a punk rock band. We're shooting an album cover, and this painted monastery is the perfect fucking backdrop.
Yeah.
We wanted something real spooky.
Yeah.
I can do disguise. I can do disguise. I can make us look like the Cure was murdered and resurrected and then put in. Yes, I can do that. That'll be funny. Let's do that.
Yeah, let's do that. And meanwhile, you two can keep up your government official thing and be like, hey, we came in there and they sent us away. What's going on here? And you just keep up your government official thing.
But
locals working in the site? Byron?
Wait,
I'm sorry.
Do we see locals working on the site as well, or was
You don't see any locals whatsoever.
So
The only guy that you see that even looks like he worked for the mining company is that dude.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So basically, I tell Tesla, it doesn't appear that any locals actually work there. And also,
it doesn't matter. They might have information, or maybe they work there at some point. I don't know.
Certainly, Tesla. I'll just say that, just for reference, you say it didn't go very well. I just mentioned that neither Lily nor I were shot, nor did anyone fire a weapon. So it may not have gone perfectly, but it did not go as badly as it could have.
I was actually going to suggest.
I still think Evan owes me $100.
I was just going to no. Actually, I think Dr. Mitchell won because she bet like 5 minutes or so, or whatever. And did we just drop Lily off for a play date and let her just whack off all the heads, and then we come in and kick the heads around and see what they're digging?
However you want to interpret that.
After we exit Byron,
murder.
We'll meet with everybody. And I say that, my suggestion perhaps is to have Lily or someone else with Lily go and take a look at night in the dark where Lily likes to play and see what she can find out is going on in that dig hole.
Yeah,
Because they're clearly not digging for oil.
I agree because the thing is with
not a
this
bad
band
idea.
thing is I'm going to go with this irony. I don't want to be like the rock band that got destroyed before our career really saw its potential. You know,
You don't want to be Spinal Tap.
the album's not even out yet. Listen, Spinal Tap, it's comedy gold. Send Lily in.
Comedy gold.
You know, I'm a pretty good shot. I think between me and Lily, we could maybe infiltrate the place at night.
God.
Unless you want to try to handle this on your own, Lily.
I mean, I'll do whatever.
I don't. No. You got a buddy system. That's not safe. Based on the shit. If you're, for a moment, I'm going to suspend disbelief and assume that you're being truthful when they said they threw me across the entire market. If it's like that here, it's just Lily. We're going to need somebody to put a Band-Aid on her once she's finished killing everyone.
Well, yeah.
We have Dr. Mitchell.
Right. Great plan.
Dr.
Great plan.
I mean, I guess what we could do is wait
So
for
me and Tesla are going to infiltrate this place at night.
No,
and
Dr. Mitchell.
if things really go to shit, then I guess we shoot and slice our way out or further in, depending upon.
Well, there were 12
what
armed
happens.
guards just at the front door.
Well, no, those were spread out through the place.
Okay.
But Johnny was able to take a very quick. Johnny and you were able to take a very quick survey of the guys, and they all look all heavily armed Ukrainian thug mercenaries type.
Yeah.
But I bet they're poorly trained, and I bet that and I bet they're bored with their job, which means they're going to be they're
not going to be paying
really
any
very
attention
ready.
to me in the dark with this big ass knife.
So you realize if they were like Chechnyan, like Ukrainian Chechnyan rebels and stuff like that, that they literally were just fighting against the Russians like not that long ago.
Mhm.
So you said poorly trained. No, they probably have very recent combat experience.
Probably not as recent as Lily, because have you ever seen her go into a convenience store? It's blood everywhere. It's ridiculous.
Well, Lily is
Embarrassing.
literally the last half of Kill Bill. It's like she just walks into a room and like 10 minutes later, there's just 50 bodies there.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty fair.
So I think we can handle it, and you guys just provide support if things go really shit. So yeah. So are you saying we don't want to do the punk rock band thing and talk to the villagers
So
and just
yeah,
wait it out until the nighttime?
Tomorrow we'll do
to the
punk
villagers,
rock band
yes,
thing.
yes, to the villagers, but
So
not
tonight we're going to infiltrate, and tomorrow you're going to be a punk rock band.
in the
If that's
village.
just
what-
wanna-
yes.
Johnny seems to not hear 1 out of 7 things you say, and today it just happens to be that rock punk band thing. He just doesn't react to it at all. There's just no recognition that you said it. It just goes right over.
And it's only to the village, right? We're not coming up with the over there. We're gonna go.
I mean, I don't think Goblin Riot's going to be very famous in the mining camp.
God, I love the way you think.
The
You're so
Ryan
right.
game.
Lily,
It's like a dream come true for Evan.
did
Yeah.
you get a good enough look at the camp that you feel like you can make your way in the dark?
Yeah.
I'm going to follow Lily's lead because I was looking at the body cam. So
Did you guys find a good place that overlooks the dig site?
on the high
yeah, I
point,
tried
right?
to find a good place on the van, and I don't think we did we, Byron?
No,
What about a drone?
it seems like where the good vantage point to see what's going on would be where they are.
What about a drone? Can we light one of those up and keep it high enough up that they can't hear the meh? I'll think.
It's
about it.
You probably have access to something like that. Absolutely.
You're damn right I do. What else would
They
you
were
use to
here-
shoot the Goblin Riot video with? Yeah.
You might,
Evan,
hold on.
Sorry.
Well, Evan,
Yeah.
maybe we should do the drone during daylight hours. At night, there's always a light on the drone. We kind of give it away in the dark. Also, with the heavy machinery and everything, wouldn't that cover the sound of the drone?
Yeah.
It would. You're absolutely right.
Although if they get a visual on it, then that really means that there's a problem.
It's just
Yeah,
gonna
we
get
can
shot
fly.
out of
We
the
can
sky.
fly it up high enough. It's white. It's one of the cheaper ones. I couldn't afford the expensive one. But and then just if Lily keeps a body cam on, we get to watch a murder. Who doesn't like a?
We get to watch it. How to watch a murder. A new Netflix special.
Yeah.
New Netflix special, How to Watch a Murder.
I'd totally pay for that subscription. Yeah. I like it. We don't need the drone to be there very long, right? We just want a couple aerial shots.
Right.
And maybe, if they can get down a little close to the monastery, if there's any view.
So are you
there.
guys just gonna like back up a little bit here? I'm assuming, I'm picturing you guys just being like down the road.
We
Like
gotta be.
a
We
good
gotta be
mile or
close
so.
enough. If shit gets real, we gotta be close enough to respond for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, you're actually close enough. You could send a drone up from here.
Yeah, but it's the doctor's right. Like
dark in the
visibility in the dark.
Well, it's still the day.
noise.
It's still daytime.
Right. It's still daytime now. That's what. I'm
Oh, you mean now? Yeah, I
We
can
have
do
time
that.
Yeah,
to,
if you wanna-
to
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
look at it before I go murder everyone up there.
Yes, actually, you know what I'll do? Yeah, I will do that and kind of check out what sort of garden placements, the generalities of what's going on. I'll fly it up high enough, so I'm guessing it's kind of that constant overcast that you see in Romania, right? So if I fly it up high enough, it'll be. So yeah, I'll just see what I see. What do I need to spend, if anything?
And I'm curious as to just how far out these guards are spread. I mean, how much ground area that is? Is it acres? Is it feet? What is it?
So they don't really look like they're spread out that high, that much from the drone video. So a couple things that you could tell is that when Tesla reviews the drone video or is watching the drone video with this archaeology skill, he automatically can retrieve the clue that basically they don't look like any sort of competent archaeological excavation. Okay. They're digging right in the middle of the ruins, and it looks like they're digging for something that's beneath the ruins. And
Like they're being
it
careful.
looks like they're not being careful, and they're being very much in a hurry.
In that case, but what I can is it safe to assume that I can guess that they know the proximate location of where they're digging, and they're just trying to get rubble and shit out of the way to get to that location as fast as possible. Basically, in other words, they know how far they have to dig in general to find whatever they're looking for, and they're just like, fuck it, we're just gonna go hard and just move all this shit out of the way. And I'm like, they are not trying to they're not trying to be very careful, and they know what they're looking for.
And Jason, you notice as you pan the camera of it and you start looking a little bit more as what they're digging, that you could see a woman that seems to be using some sort of like a dowsing rod
Huh?
to determine where they're digging.
Does the woman appear to be Farah from her
no,
mustache?
I'm gonna guess that's the sorceress.
Oh, she looks like that?
Yeah.
All
and
right,
she's
whoa.
using some sort of dowsing rod or something to kind of like figure out where they're digging and giving them orders. And she seems to be screaming at the archaeologist. And the archaeologist is like, we have to, like, looks like she's trying to say it's like, slow the fuck down. Like they're destroying the site. And she's like, we need to dig there now.
Is that
what's the legend on dowsing rods for a cult?
You're not really sure. That doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Are they trying to find water? Because there's just water right there. I mean, it's just...
Well,
what the
dowsing rods are
like-
used to like try to find water, or also to find ley lines.
That was the
So Evan-
Ley line? Yeah, that's fucked.
The only place I've ever seen this actually work is in cartoons. American cartoons, I might add. What the fuck is she doing? Doctor. I call Dr. Mitchell just... What? She's got a stick.
So can we get, with the whole like drone and everything, can we get an accurate
This is your
kind of
kinda area.
where they're at? And
Yeah, and so as you're pointing at Dr. Mitchell to look at the situation and trying to get an accurate count of the people, you can easily see there's probably about 15 or so guards. And Dr. Mitchell spots something that sticks out like a sore thumb to her. And that is this cooler. It's kind of sitting to the side, and the woman with the dowsing rod has it there. And it's not too far from her.
That's the kind of cooler we use for organs. Like, remember the other day when we did that, when we rescued Olivia?
Yeah.
It's like for blood storage.
What?
I'm like, huh?
It's a lunch
Vampires.
point.
I'm having a panic attack. No, see, Evan's gonna lean back a little and be like, "Yeah, close in on the screen," and I'm just gonna discreetly try to hit up because this is getting fucked up. What?
I'm like, so wait, you're saying you're going to do drugs in the middle of the van right in front of us?
No, I'm going to look. Everyone, gather around the screen. It's fine. I've
okay.
got to have a piss. I'm gonna have a piss. All right, I'm gonna.
Okay.
Evan, when you're done freaking out, can you pull up on that fancy computer of yours some sort of diagram of the ley lines that are supposed to be here in Romania?
She's always interrupting.
And also, Byron, that case, is it right next?
Take a piss first. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Johnny. I heard part of what you said. You said, "Is that case?"
Is that the blue case? Is it like right next to the witch, or is it?
Yeah, it's not far from her.
Yeah.
And so the camera's panning. You're kind of looking at her. She's using a dowsing rod. She's arguing with the archaeologist a little bit. You can see some armed guards are kind of moving around the outside of the monastery itself. And there's like a shutter in the walls in the bottom of the church, and it like gives way into some sort of underground chamber.
I'm like, they just found something. That's terrible.
Crap.
Who's operating the drone?
Well, I was gonna have a piss, but the
Evan.
doctor
It's
was.
just kind of on hover
No
mode.
time to
Yeah.
pee.
It's just
I'm
kind of
back.
on hover mode right now.
Evan,
And
you're sweating. You want to go piss and come back because you're sweating a lot.
Yeah, I would like
And-
to. Yeah.
she immediately puts the dowsing rod down. She starts screaming and hollering and yelling at the different things. You see a guy, like, he leaves like the digging equipment, and he immediately starts going over to like a crane that's there, and they're lowering. She like jumps on the edge of this crane, and they start lowering her down into this chamber.
Does she take the blue box with her, or she leave it?
She leaves it up here.
This is giving me all kinds of willies. There's just something wrong here. This isn't a normal archaeological dig.
You
I
think?
can only imagine.
He's like, do you
I can only
think?
imagine what's down there.
Right. I think Dr. Mitchell's suggestion is a good one. Evan, if you can stop sweating on the console, perhaps you could bring up the ley lines.
No, yeah. What? Yeah. With the late. What the fuck?
Evan, how long does it take you to piss? Go.
No, I would assume. Yes, I go pee.
You're already back.
One of the
You're
two.
done sweating.
I come back. I'm a bit disoriented, but ley lines. Could you lay like a Hawaii lay or?
Keep the main monitor on, though. We want to see what's going on in the dig site while you do it.
All right then, ley lines. The first thing that comes up is a novel by Jim Butcher. What?
Oh yeah,
Dresden
I'm a big fan of the Dresden Files.
Is
Thanks,
there
Jim.
some phrase that we have for Evan that makes him focus? Is there some like one of the connections that we have? I've forgotten.
Oh yeah, you do have a connection with Evan.
I say, Evan, now if you want to get the ladies, you need to focus on what you're doing at all times. It's really important to bring up the ley lines now. Is it working at all? He's totally like,
Yeah, it kind of does.
Yeah, I'll get
He's
it.
trying to
I
fight
get
through it. He's typing the ley lines.
You obviously don't mean the fucking Dresden Files. I got it. Give me a second. This is all right. Fan fiction map ley lines. I bring up this big JPEG with the line. I'm like, oh, really? You want to
Yeah.
know? You want to look at
something you notice about it as you're kind of looking at it. It's just kind of the lines are kind of like moving as you're like this street scarlet is having an effect on you, and you can say like the area around this monastery, and like it looks like the map is like almost incomplete. Like there's something missing. Like almost like it's been scrubbed.
Johnny is so smart. But hey, I reach back and pat him, probably awkwardly because he's standing and I'm sitting, and just look at this. The middle here, right? It's missing. This stops here and stops. It's like some jackass went in and just with like GIMP and just deleted some pixels. You see it?
I'm just like, wait, what if we? I don't know. Should we just go in? Why don't we just go in?
So
we can just shoot it out with them.
As he's pulling up the ley lines, you left the main camera on, and you can see that the thing that the person rode down into the chamber comes back up, and you can see a couple guys. Some of these Ukrainian thug dudes are kind of over there, and they're hooking like some straps and stuff up to it, and they lower it back down.
Now's the time to go.
It's like we could. I could. It's like I'm pretty sure I could get this van to that hole, even under fire, and then I'll turn the van to the side. It should hold up even against assault rifle rounds. You just gotta stay behind the engine block.
Well,
so head on only.
I think it's possible, but I mean, do you know what's in there? Why are you? I mean, it might mean certain death. So if you know what that is, they're pulling out of it. Speak up, man.
Oh, I have no idea. It just gives me the willies that they're digging something out of there.
They're digging something out of there, and just this is a fan-made, fictitious map of ley lines, and someone went in and deleted the fucking middle of it. So that kind of means it's serious, because people don't take people like that seriously unless it's something.
I'm like, are you sure that the middle wasn't always deleted there?
Well, no, not really.
Maybe it's just incomplete.
Maybe it's showing some kind of weird convergence point. Like this is where they all converge and then they end here.
But they don't. They got erased. Something's fucked up. I don't know. I don't feel all right about this. I'd kind of like to go back to the town and pretend to be a punk rock band, if I'm being honest.
Do you want us to just? I mean, I guess we can just wait until night and go with the original plan.
Well, I mean, we could. But when you described Byron, what happened? You said a person, the witch, right? She got on and she rode down, and then she rode back up, and then they sent the.
No, she didn't come back up, but the chain that she rode down came back up, and you could see some of the Ukrainian guys are like putting straps and stuff on it.
Okay, as if they're going to grab something else and bring it up next.
Yes.
All right, Evan, you do have this recording, correct?
Oh, of course I do, including my protest. So if there's a record,
but my protest is also noted. Yeah.
But they are focused on that, which means a lot of those Ukrainian guys are busy helping.
Well, there's like 15 of them. There's like 3 or 4 over there.
Right. So that means like we only have to kill 10 Ukrainian mercenaries. So that's what 3 each.
But Tesla, it might be easier to what it is they have later, and also it might be less danger of killing the person.
And they have to exit this fence anyway. We just wait till they're ready to leave.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we could continue to follow them in the drone, perhaps. Figure out where they take it. My concern is, I have no doubt that the group of you could probably kill all those mercenaries, but you might also kill the only people who know anything about it while you do it.
Oh my God, that's brilliant. Lily, I just grab you and I'm like, that's a great idea. I'm going to go set up some IEDs on the road.
Tesla.
IEDs. That's some IEDs, some IUDs.
No births whatsoever.
I said E. I said E. I didn't say
We
you.
devised a small tracking device that we could nonchalantly put on that blood case, maybe with the drone. Is it possible? While she's in there, no one
No.
No.
We put a tracker on that blood case, and I'm pretty sure that blood case is going to go wherever that woman does, and thus we can find her later if we need to.
Oh,
You see that whatever that the chain that's down there, the cable that's down there, is now pulling up.
we gotta move
Oh,
really fast.
I'm like, I'll be right back. I grab my shit from the van, and I'm gonna start setting up explosives on the road.
All right, so
We
all right,
need
forget the tracing. We're blowing shit up.
We need the archaeologist. She was protesting. There's divergence in their plan. We need to get her, if nothing exactly, to the Discord. Yes, we yes.
It's about to go.
I look at Dr. Mitchell. I hold $20. I go.
All right.
Wanna
And
make
so
a-
Ron.
after a couple moments, you see the yellow strap begin to come up out of the hole, and in it,
I begin to load some sort of assault rifle. Because at this point, like,
You immediately go
there's
blind.
no getting out. He's planning. I'm just gonna begin assembling my my
Yeah.
kit.
Byron, do any of our
Like,
faces
you
melt
just
like the
tell me if
Nazi?
any- You just tell me if anyone's coming down the road. I don't want to blow up the wrong vehicle if they're going to be leaving with that stuff.
How
Yeah,
big
give
is
me a
that?
little-
Is that casket? Oh, sorry.
it's probably about 8 feet long, and probably about 5 feet wide.
It's a casket. It
That is perhaps.
It looks like a treasure chest. But
I Is it like dirty and smudged, or is it like spotless and clean?
It looks old as fuck, and no, it's relatively spotless.
Do you think there's any possibility we just stumbled onto like a necrophiliac cult of some sort and we could just go home?
yes.
Well, I say over the mic, what you're saying is they spent probably hundreds of thousands of dollars to dig up a corpse so they can fuck it.
It's
for
probably
the right
Marilyn
body.
Manson.
I mean,
It's
for the
probably
right body.
It's probably Marilyn
I've seen
Manson.
people into weirder shit.
I'm like, I mean, that's dedication, though.
Hey, Dr. Mitchell, that blue
Yes.
organ case.
What's in the pot?
Can you tell if it's ever been opened before? Like maybe it's waiting for someone, or has
Oh fuck
opened?
no! Are
Is it
they
like
about
a
to like
people-
put a heart in this
that
fucking
people
dead
keep
body that they're
using
pulling
as
out? Yeah, that's what's happening. Yeah, I just put it together.
No, it's not organ. It's not an organ case. It's a blood storage box.
Yeah, well,
I feel a
Tesla.
little bit better now.
Tesla, can you put some C4 on the drone if I fly it here quickly?
Yeah, but bring it to the road.
Oh no! You're just gonna blow up the blood.
I fucking
the blood, exactly.
I
yes.
fly it at
Yeah.
Tesla's face, and if you tell me what I need to roll so that I don't cut it off, but I'm just
All right, so Byron, here's what I'm gonna do. I have a cherry in demolitions. I'm gonna spend 4 points to upgrade the damage dice on the one on the on the one on the drone. So I'm basically gonna like mold C4 around it, and I'm gonna put the like little fuse charge thing around it. I'm gonna be like I put a lot of C4 on this. It's like it might be my best work I've done in a while.
So it's gonna fly really badly
I got.
because of the extra weight.
So I'm guessing this is electronic surveillance. I got a couple points to spend. I'll happily spend them and roll.
I mean, how close does he have to get?
I mean,
That's
that's
a
the
good point.
actual radius on this now.
Yeah.
That is
I
a
mean,
You didn't
good
know all
question.
that.
It's like they all
Yeah.
die.
Okay. So here's the other part. This is your eyes and ears
Yep.
currently. If you fly it in there and blow it up,
Do we have another drone?
no.
I'm gonna use my MOS preparedness so we have another drone.
And you know what? Because Lily's the
Fucking
quiet one,
beautiful.
she's got a better one than I. It's the smaller
It's
one.
like oh, you need a drone, right? Like,
oh, a drone?
All
yeah,
right.
right
Yeah.
here, I got
Alright.
you.
Are you gonna go blow in your MOS? That's valid. It's fucking valid. All right. So you do in fact have a second drone.
Good
job, Lily.
Better one because it was on sale, but fuck you. It's fine. We're gonna watch this. And
Evan, drone envy is not pretty. Now let's go.
I'm like, Godspeed, Boomhilda. Godspeed. we play a little bit of music. It's the flight of the Valkyries.
Yeah, I was going to cry the Valkyries.
So Evan, in this
Valkyries.
moment, he's got his sort of his high on, and he's thinking almost there with the trench and the Death Star. That's where he's at. He's just in it. Do I need to roll?
Fucking nuke this blood case.
I'm
These people beside this.
I'm just gonna pull out my satellite phone and be like, all right, just tell me when. Here we go.
Yes, you are right. Name of the episode.
I knew
is
we were going to
Godspeed,
turn shit
Boomhilda.
sideways, but not like this.
I mean, there's a lot of ways this could have gone. This isn't what I was expecting. So, this is the type of shit that happens.
I gotta say, Dr. Mitchell is kind of struggling here because this preemptive plan goes against her interest of discovery. I'm not going to get any answers this way, although I concede that this is probably the safest course of action.
And
We're gonna
Byron,
pull up.
I would encourage you, Byron, to remember I'm high as fuck. So
Oh, I am.
right,
Oh,
like
I am.
you're so calm. You're not sweating at all. You're just
You
like,
actually have 1 point in piloting.
Oh no, that's me, and I'm setting up
And
bombs.
so-
no.
So you are a badass computer hacker, super spy that's high off his ass with some sort of street crack drug that is related to vampires some fucking how.
And inside
like-
your head, the following music starts to play. Dun, 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 dun,
You thought you were listening to Flight of the Valkyries, but like
That's what we're hearing. You're hearing that.
you're hearing that.
like the Peter Gunn theme.
You're envisioning Tom Cruise coming down on the little like wide.
As poorly as this may go, I would look over my shoulder and look at Tesla and say, "Ask me about my butthole," and just I'm going in.
I'm gonna like set up the other
I'm on the
car
road
as-
waiting to blow it up. So I'm just gonna be like, just tell me when it's time. Just tell me when to go.
Are you going for the casket or the box?
That was my next question.
I-
Thank you, Johnny.
The last I recall was
either as soon as they pull it out.
I thought it was the blood box.
I think it's the box.
If you take if you take the casket out, you'll likely blow up the straps, and they won't get it out today, and that means that Lily can go tonight and explore.
Yeah, they'll be highly on fucking guard.
Loud
Like,
noises.
now they-
Stop.
Like, after this fucking C4 goes off, like that's why I'm literally setting up a car at the end of the fucking road just after the explosives with a fucking assault rifle for when they start coming down the street. Like,
Byron, what do
You're
I need to
upset
roll
like
for you
that.
to tell me what I fuck up? Because I'm sensing that I'm going to mess this one up and everybody's going to be mad at me.
this is gonna be great.
All right.
I will
So
say, if you blow up the straps and you blow up the box, there's a pretty good chance that it'll be better. But
Right.
if you blow up the blood, that's okay too.
Johnny, just
What could
for
go
fuck's
wrong?
sake, stop talking. I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm fucking trying. Shh.
all right. So Evan, you're gonna need to make a stability check.
Oh God.
Can I help it?
So,
Yeah, can
Oh,
I?
I got
Re-
points.
so because you're hearing Johnny talk to you,
Yeah.
you do get the bond of a
Okay.
+1.
All right. But because I'm high, I'm going to say he doesn't have the presence of mind to spend extra because he's got 6 in this. He's got his shit together because he's know, but he's not going to spend any. So he'll take the +1 and he'll roll. So 3 + 1, 4.
Okay, I was gonna say, can I reassure him too? Because I got lots of reassurance.
Plus whatever he reassures me. Pat.
Okay. Well, reassurance gets him to like do stuff for you and stuff like that. So he's definitely he's I mean that helps to recover stability should he lose any. he's not really losing any, so I'm not really sure that. So like the +1 for the bond, I think already.
What about shrink? Can I use a point of shrink to kind of like talk him into being
if he
focused?
wasn't completely fucking high, probably.
No.
I have 8 points of shrink as well.
Yeah, the fact that he's completely high, he's just like he's hearing you, he's listening, but what he's thinking and what he's doing as he's flying this thing, I just picture he's like envisioning like being on one of the planes as it hits the Twin Towers.
Oh Jesus! Okay, hey, way to bring it down.
And this is why you don't do drugs.
Flying it in, man.
Topical.
He's just like playing in his head. Like the simulator pics of like being in the simulator.
You know what? He's
Bin Laden
remembering.
of Romania.
Yes.
Yeah, he's like the Bin Laden of Romania, right?
I'm going in.
And so here's my question:
Bin Laden of Romania.
So, were you going for the blood box or the casket?
All right. So what I'm going to do to represent how fucked up he is, D6 high roll is the blood box, low roll is the casket, because I don't know. It's Evan.
Yeah,
right.
Because
So
as you're looking at them, they fucking change. You don't even know what they are.
High roll's the blood box, low roll's the casket.
Okay.
High roll.
All
High
right.
roll. Yeah.
All right. So yeah. So you said high rolls the blood box, low rolls the casket.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Yeah.
it's the blood box.
So
Come on.
Now.
so you can see that that some of the guys are kind of moving around. They're kind of going to grab this thing to fucking.
I have the other drone up watching this as
This is
it's
gonna be
about to
gross.
fucking blow up.
Yeah. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you can see it. It fucking lands on it. It's like.
I reach back.
It just like slowly descends.
I reach back and tap him on the chest. Please, now.
Oh, you say over
Like,
my. I'm on.
and hold on. So as
now,
hold on, as he's getting ready to land this drone on a blow box, Evan reaches over and he hits like this button on his keyboard, and all you hear is like the music from Close Encounters of the Third Kind as the little UFO is coming down.
And then I do this, actually. I just throw this up to Tesla. Use this finger to hit it. Come on.
oh,
Do it.
It's like, and it just goes boom, and it's just a shower of red that goes everywhere. The drone just kind of like, you don't even see it anymore. It's just kind of cracked. And the other drone that you have, like over the site, dude, you get to see red splatter. Just kind of goes across the like camera of it.
Oh, shit.
See all these dudes like standing around. There's like blood everywhere. And
I'm just
you're
like,
guessing that this box was completely full with about 20 units of whatever blood they had spread all over the lawn.
So Byron, weirdly enough, in the books, there's a thing called with explosives called annihilation range, which is if you're real close to it, and then there's close range. I'm not sure how it works because when I spent the 6 dice, it says it increases the damage level by 2, but I couldn't find anything about what the damage dice are. So I don't know if you want to hand wave it right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're not really doing damage to guys. You're just doing damage to the box. And like,
Yeah, that's what I figured.
So, I mean, yeah. So the ground kind of shakes. I don't know what that is.
I don't know. What the fuck?
Oh my
Something you
God.
want to tell us, Evan? There's something going on here that we're.
Yeah, there's something here that I'm missing.
It occurs to me literally as it explodes. Oh, fuck. The doctor's
job.
always right. And we just fucked it up royally.
Did it work? I see it was
It didn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peek outside the van. Do we see like a mushroom cloud? Like
You see a mushroom cloud. You see some smoke coming up, and you can hear as you open the door to the van, you can hear like some like running and screaming, and you actually start hearing gunfire.
I'm like, where the fuck is the gunfire coming from?
Oh, it's coming from up there. You can see dudes running around with your other drone with the blood splatter on the fucking thing.
Oh, are they
shooting
other
it?
drone?
Yeah, you have another drone, and they're shooting into the woods and around. They don't really know what. They literally look fucking clueless. They look like somebody just bombed.
Blew a drone full of C4 all the way from
Say, Tesla, is there C4 attached to the second drone as well?
No.
No.
Absolutely not.
I was finishing up setting up the IEDs. On the
IEDs.
road. Did I finish that?
Yeah, I would assume so.
All right, so I'm gonna run back towards the van, and I'm gonna
I'd
be
have a
like,
car
dude,
parked like just out of range of the explosives.
yeah, I imagine we're like a little bit into the woods, like a fair distance away. So I'm just gonna be like, it's like, do you want me to just? I'm gonna need eyes to set off the devices on the road. You want to keep the drone so that we can see people trying to leave off of the road, or do you want me to try? You want to bring it back here and I can try to attach some C4 to it?
I don't think we need another C4 drone. I think one was enough.
I mean, if it worked once, then I'm like, that was beautiful, Evan. I climb into the back of the van and I'm like, yeah, you did it. I pat you on the back.
Is there like a cloud of dust from the explosion, or what do we see in the drone? Is it like, is the ground occluded like a fog cloud of dust and debris?
Oh yeah, that's like dust and debris of just stuff.
Yeah,
see,
it was like right by the hole.
Yeah, well, it was over there by it. I mean, like part of the wall, it has blood splattered all over the fucking side of it.
I look at Lily. Lily, I give you that look like, do you want to go in now that there's a cloud of dust and explosion everywhere? That would have been great if we'd played it this way, but I look at you.
I mean,
so now the side of the monastery was already painted like that, but now it's painted with splatter. And so you guys have defaced the historic site.
Did we get any? Did we get any?
I don't think we defaced it. I mean, they were
think
drilling holes in it.
Romania defaced it.
The Romanians defaced it. Okay, yeah.
Yep, sorry.
I mean, I feel like we kind of Americanized it and thus made it better.
We Americanized it, thus made it better.
America.
America, a great again. Okay. All right. Well, we could wait. Since Tesla has laid out those IEDs, that would make a really good site to lay down some crossfire if we want to try and
I
assault.
already have the other car set up for crossfire on that when they get down here.
So is that the plan then? We're going to
Oh yeah,
wait for them to come out, hit the
they're
IED.
going to be coming out. Yeah.
And then those who don't go up in the explosion, we just walk out with our high-powered assault rifles and we just take them out. Then we just march into the site, and Bob's your uncle. We win.
That's true.
Bob's your uncle.
Bob's your dead uncle is probably the more likely outcome still. Tesla's.
You killed the casket, didn't you? Oh wait, is that you killed the blood box?
Yeah.
Why did you kill the
blew up the
casket?
blood.
What's wrong with you?
Everyone was talking about what was in the blue thing. I just blew up the fucking blue thing, for God's sake.
Then maybe Lily's suggestion is a good one. Maybe, I think it was Lily, wasn't it? Maybe you should bring the drone back, attach some more C4, and take out those straps to put that thing, whatever it is, back in the hole.
Well,
Yeah, sure.
Maybe
All
we
right.
should blow up
Well,
Lily's drone.
all right. You want to bring back the drone and try it?
Round 2. Fight.
I was like, no.
They already don't know where the first one came from, so they're not going to be looking up for the second one.
All I can is this
Well,
Tesla.
they have to think it came from above. Come on.
They don't
picture-
know.
They have no idea. They're firing into the woods up there. Like, they have no fucking clue.
It
Listen,
would take a
we have to-
real fucking
Okay.
psychopath to do that twice.
True. Is there any way we can like rig this one so that it makes them think that this is a supernatural occurrence?
I'm not sure how you.
We could put like a sheet on it, and it's like a ghost. Like, what do you want?
Just have speakers. Can we play like that song from The Exorcist? You know, the one that's like, or maybe that Mike Myers one. You know? That one.
Right, I
Like I
like
said,
that song.
we're going to
It's my
develop a
favorite song.
reputation at this rate. That's all I'm saying. We're going to develop.
I already have one.
All right.
I just wonder if we can convince them that it appears that they are attempting to dabble in the occult, and I'm wondering if we can dissuade them by making them
I
think
could
that.
spend some disguise points. I don't know.
I think it's a fine idea.
Yeah. Do we still want to use the bomb drone or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I'm like,
This
hey,
one's gonna hit the casket.
cool.
But
I'm like, hey,
what's in there though? I mean,
I don't
this
care.
could be a lot of things. No, but what if it's like fucking some radioactive cylinder that powers a bomb, and you blow it the fuck up, and we're all dead? You don't know what it
wait,
is.
why would there be a radioactive cylinder underneath a monastery?
That doesn't make sense.
Why would there be a Britishman who loves computers going around with a fucking Japanese woman with a sword, and you at the same time? Damn, there's something we don't know. We don't fucking know. And if you blow it up, I don't have health insurance.
We already committed to this plan. You already set a drone full of C4 in there.
I didn't blow the casket up. I blew the blood up, didn't I?
Yeah, which means that should tell you that there's probably in that casket a motherfucking vampire, which means that I'm right again.
Oh, fuck off. No.
Aliens don't drink blood. What do aliens need blood for if they have their own blood?
I'm worried this is more. It's got the British government doesn't give a fuck about vampires. They've got their own problems with Brexit's not a thing yet. But
Okay. No more arguing.
It only proves that they think they're vampires. It doesn't prove that there are vampires.
Right,
Be
what's in the
scientific about this.
I'm putting that C4 in. I'm gonna pilot it, and Lily, you're gonna explode it when the time's right.
And Evan, if it makes you feel any better, I think this might mean that Olivia Liu might be a little bit safer. And I would also imagine this might be why she was brought to our attention in the first place. If not to stop, at least disrupt this operation.
Yeah,
and I have to say,
she was brought to our attention so we could fly a drone full of C4 into a box of blood.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
That's right.
So knowing
it was blood because the entire archaeological site is now covered in blood. O positive, if not mistaken. So that means that there was indeed something there that needs that blood, and the only casket I see is the one in the straps. So if we can put it back in the hole until tonight, I say put it in the hole.
Knowing that my personnel review is coming up, I acquiesce to Johnny, as I do.
It's like, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get it as close as I can, and then I'll see about if it doesn't destroy the casket, then it'll probably destroy the straps. Then it'll take them forever to get it out. And
so we could just destroy the
Well,
crane. If we just fight at the crane, destroy the crane instead of specifically the straps.
I'm probably the least superstitious among you, but I still am feeling a little Indiana Jones queasy about the idea of blowing up this casket.
See?
All right.
She's never wrong, for fuck's sake. There's a lot of things she is. I stare at her with that knowing gaze. But wrong is not one of them.
Dr. Mitchell, I feel bad as well. I mean, my undergraduate was in art history. And what we've done to this site is terrible. I mean, it is, but it's for a greater good. So I agree with you. It would be good to know the mystery behind this, but I have a feeling that there might be enough that we can find out quite a bit, even if we do destroy the crane, the straps, or perhaps even the casket itself.
Well, let's see what we can do. So I molded the C4 around there, and we're taking it in. Here I go.
All right. So where are you targeting?
Godspeed, Tesla.
The crane.
The crane.
Godspeed, Boomhilda 2.
Oh,
It was
too.
the second. Boomhilda Junior. Boomhilda Junior.
I'm like
Boomhilda the second.
You guys really want the crane?
Well, the crane will stop them and not fuck up the casket if something we don't want to destroy is in it.
All right, you're right.
And they won't be looking at the crane.
I'm the anarchist here, right? I suggest the casket, but you can listen to whoever you want to, Tesla. It's up to you. You're piloting it.
This is a tough one.
Let's just go by vote.
So I see that like two people looks like they're taking a restroom break. Does everybody want to take like a little restroom break?
Yes. Let's do that.
Basket. All right.
Let's take a momentary break.
Okay, let's take a break.
5 minutes. 5-minute pee break. And thanks for joining us live out there in the stream of Myth Brigade. I told you that there was clusterfuckery that's going to happen, and I believe we have engaged that.
We have discovered the clusterfuckery.
We have found the clusterfuckery.
I love that.
We took a pee break.
Oh, nice. So, if those of you who are watching this now, or those of you who happen to see this on YouTube later, this is how a game master copes with chaos without breaking a fucking sweat, man. This shit. And now I know that there's vengeance coming my way when Dobbs.
Oh yeah,
you
can bet. You can bet.
Do we left off with the drone? Like,
yeah, the drone is going in.
The second drone is flying in now.
Boomhilda the second.
But I would add
add C4 to the other drone. Yeah. DM sweats heavily.
So, Mike, I would say that adding C4 to a drone adds +10 to persuasion, probably.
Yeah. It also puts a giant target on your fucking back.
I didn't put the C4 on there. If I'm being honest, I didn't put it on there physically.
No. I really legitly just picture the drone coming down as on top of the box, and all out of nowhere, just boo.
And I sort of picture
everyone looks over at this drone like, what the fuck is that? And it just fucking explodes.
Yeah. And I sort of picture the witch, and Tara's like tearing down her wall like fuck, and she's just putting a picture of the drone with the C4 on it. Damn.
I need to go print some more shit out.
Oh man.
Can I vote the second drone be called OK Boomer?
OK Boomer.
Seconded.
Does anybody else have preparedness so we could have a third drone and just get this?
I still have 2 points. I can roll.
The rest of
use your MOS though.
The rest of the campaign is pulling money to buy more drones than C4.
Mike is killing it in the comments.
That's the new go-to.
That's the drones and C4.
These guys are gonna find some like radio controlled jamming equipment.
Oh no!
They're gonna get some radio controlled bats.
So we got what? Five people. So. We want our options were what? 1, destroy the casket. 2, destroy
whatever
the
really you want to do, because we're pretty split on what we want to do.
So I say, I guess raise by show of hands, who wants to just destroy the fucking casket? Show of hands. Oh, well, that's there it is. We have it. Easy. Well, that was easy. All right, so going in for the casket. When the time comes.
All right. So yeah, boomer alert.
Godspeed. Seriously though, Brent, it's Godspeed. Broomhilda is the name of this episode.
Boomhilda.
Yeah, Boomhilda. Yeah.
Godspeed, Boomhilda.
That's it.
Yeah. All right.
Shit.
So, you follow the drone in. And it just goes silent. It's just completely silent because this is top shelf Japanese quality stuff right here.
Of course, because that's what she can afford.
Watch it, Evan. I'm right here.
Oh,
It's
sorry.
and yeah, so it's like, and it's incoming,
Yes, exactly. That happens.
And literally, as the drone is coming in, or whatever, it's coming down. It's going after the casket, and out of nowhere, like you could see with the camera as it's pointing down at the casket, you could see the chick that's down in the hole.
Oh,
okay.
If she's going to interfere with it, can I spend pilot points, or there's nothing I can do?
And she raises her arms and she's doing some stuff, and literally a horde of bats flies out of the hole and knocks this thing out of the air.
Oh, great. It's already above it. It's just going to drop straight onto the casket.
The drone kind of knocks back, and it ends like in the dirt right next to the crane, like the thing. And at that point,
I'm like, Lily, blow it. Just blow it.
I pressed the little button.
Okay, and so it explodes, and you can hear like just a horrible sound crash afterwards. You can hear it even down in the woods where you're at, and you're not exactly sure what happened, but
now do we drive up
that's
there?
where you're left.
Do we want to do ambush?
I like it, Tara. I like it. Good old Tony Stark just raising his arms like this.
I'm convinced that I'm hallucinating with the bats, and I'm trying to be cool, so I'm not reacting, but I want to react. So I'm like,
COVID-21.
I see the bats because they're not real.
I think that you're forced her to use that magic. It's going to weaken her. This is good. If there was a time to try something, this might be that time.
Sounds good.
I'm just saying, I don't even know. I don't even know how magic works. I don't even know if that was magic or what. I don't even know how that works. So
She just rustled up the bats and magic. So did we disable the crane?
You don't know. You can't see.
That's what I'm saying. We should go out there right now.
Only we drive down the road, but it's full of IEDs, so.
If only it were safe.
I mean, I know how to set them. I'm the one with the switch to set them off.
Brent could probably make some driving spins and drive around there.
You just want to drive me up there, Brent?
I'm like, well, we're all in the van. Let's just do it. Let's do it.
All right.
So yeah, I'm gonna wring every ounce of performance out of this. Out of the
out of this 1985 Econoline.
out of Goblin Ride's van.
Goblin Ride.
Yeah, you can almost hear through the whistle of its rusted muffler the screeching sound of a goblin. Heavy metal music playing in the background. As the transmission continuously skips, and the grinding of gears.
And they're all ducking.
As
I'm like, it's like, come, noble stallion, let's get us there.
Come, noble stallion. Oh my god. And all right, so you tear up the road past the IEDs, and the gate is closed.
Let's go through it. It was a little gate anyway.
So, bam, you hit the gate.
A-team-wise.
Flies open. The gate flies open. You tear up the road. And almost immediately as you come to the top of the road, like, the sounds of gunfire is erupting.
I duck.
So, you can clearly see out of the front window of the van as you come around the corner that the crane has tipped over, like with a mound of dirt or whatever that was in, has completely tipped over. The boom arm has come down on the side of the monastery, crushing its way into there. So whatever was in being lifted up has definitely plunged down somewhere in there.
All right. I'm going to use my MOS for the evening.
Okay.
At this moment. So.
And your MOS is
driving.
Driving. Okay.
So
what are you about to do?
It's like the Ukrainian guards would tell their families years later that what they saw was quite impossible. You see, many people have watched drift racing during their times, and it's typically low riding vehicles. But unbelievably, this van tore up into the camp as AK-47 bullets peppered its sides, deflating all 4 tires. However, the van did not stop. It continued on. And then, in an improbable act that is physically impossible, the van began to turn to its side and literally drifted perfectly right up to the edge of the hole, stopping and blocking all AK-47 fire.
And as it turned, I have to add to that, there's a sound that they remember that is, "You fucking wankers!"
As soon as he stops, I'm just gonna throw the door open and start shooting anyone in sight.
And burned into their minds, it's just the picture of a goblin with a heavy metal guitar flicking them off. The end.
Okay, so yeah, you throw the door open, you start shooting. Several dudes just instantly pop, 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 pop. They're down relatively quickly. So the 2 homies that you saw before, that I showed you those pictures of,
Absolute gold.
They
So
seem
good.
to be the actual guys that are giving you any trouble at all. So the side door of the van, the window shatters. Bullets are just puncturing through the side of the van. Tesla's just it's just kind of leaning back.
Every once in a while, I'm like,
You probably have a suitcase or something, a piece of floorboard or something you put up against the side door that's stopping the bullets from getting through. I could
probably
picture something like that, or a cookie sheet.
He carries a
Tesla
cookie
really-
sheet in his
Inside out.
backpack.
There's no question. No one's better with the minivan than that man.
Or a cookie sheet.
Right. So Lily, you got 2 possible targets. The guy with the larger guy that you saw at the gate, or that was the first one that Johnny interacted with, or the other one.
I'll shoot the guy at the gate. That was at the gate.
Okay.
Oh, I agree.
I'll spend 1 point in shooting to get a +1.
Okay, 1 point shooting, make a roll.
I got a 6, so 7.
Okay, yeah, you. So he takes a hit, and he just kind of spins back a little bit. He's braced up against one of the other construction vehicles, and he's trying to use it as cover, as he's just and he's kind of firing back a little bit. And for some reason, I didn't bring dice up.
I guess you can't roll.
Yeah.
Haha! I got him right here.
Yeah.
Fuck. All right.
Curses.
And yeah, so he fires back, but is unable to find purchase. Bullets are ricocheting now into the van
Oh, fuck that.
as they're coming.
I just calmly continue to fire back at him emotionless.
Are you getting out of the van, or are you just in the doorway of the van?
I'll get out of the van.
Kneel, I just picture Lily in the van, kneeled down, just going pop, 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 pop.
Yeah, basically, just sitting kneeling in the van.
Bullets are just flying into the van and ricocheting into the van from several directions, and I could just see probably who's in the passenger seat. All right, so Dr. Mitchell's in the passenger seat.
I am curled up. I am curled up on the floor, kind of hiding behind the engine block while he's hurtling
and
down the road.
the wall of the monastery is literally right up against the window of the van. The mirror is no longer even on the van at all. But all you see is
Was it ever?
It wasn't ever. Good point. All right, and so yeah, all you see is the painted monastery in the window as Tesla's just kind of hiding back like this, pushing his cookie sheet or whatever up against the door as bullets are ricocheting through the front of the.
I'm like, Terry, you might want to get out of the van as soon as you can.
Johnny will hit the deck on the floor of the van.
Okay.
All right, just say it.
So yeah, he's on the floor of the van. You can see that the two guys, Lily, are trying to do some sort of coordinated approach.
Okay.
I have
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I am gonna exit the van. I'm gonna
you unfortunately can't.
Because you're up against the wall.
The door is
get
right
out
up
the
against
window?
the monastery. No, the window. The front window is there. It's got a couple bullet holes in it. You could try to kick it out, or climb over top of Tesla, but the bullets are flying in the window.
No, I'm in the driver's side window. I can't get out.
The driver's side window has bullets flying in it.
No. I mean, the passenger side.
No, it's up against
the wall.
He parked it right up against the wall of a monastery.
I can't even get out the window.
No, you can touch the monastery wall just by putting your hand up to the window.
I was doing that to try to limit the angles that they could hit us. Yeah.
Okay, then I'm gonna think about my options for another round here.
Not a problem.
All right, I am gonna shoot at the dude who is taking cover again, and then get out of the van and grab my sword and go towards the other guy.
Okay, not a problem. So you shoot at the one guy that was taking cover behind the
I'm gonna spend 1 point in shooting again.
Okay, you're gonna need. Go ahead.
I got another 7.
A 7. That's exactly what you need. So yeah, he's getting ready to try to get up and fire, and you can just see him. You can see you hit him some of the metal from the piece of machinery that he's behind kind of shattered into his face. He's definitely not looking very happy. And so Evan, what are you doing? You're hiding in the back.
I am no. So here's the thing. Evan for health does yoga. He's folded up in the ashtray, in the back of the van, in the ashtray,
In the ashtray?
in a donut shape. Fuck that. I am just you son of a what the. Yes. No, I am not.
I picture there's some sort of old mini fridge or something in the back, and you kind of using it. You have it thrown down, using it as cover.
I will pull out my pistol, but I don't know. This is their department, man. I'm just waiting for an opportunity to not die, which is so far I found. Yeah.
Lily gets out of the van, and she's just holding her machine gun with one fucking hand, and she's like ba 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 ba, and she's pulling the sword open with the out of the sheet with the other hand, running towards the other guy that is sitting there, whatever, and. Johnny, you're face down in the floorboard of the van. You're looking out the window, and you can see the guy that Lily is running towards is pulling a fucking RPG.
I knew.
Off of his shoulder.
Can I use a special ability to rearrange the order of combat?
You can.
All right, I'll take my
sense trouble is
my pistol with my extra shot. I'll roll out of the van and I'll empty my clip at the guy with the RPG.
Okay.
All right. So what do I need to do? You tell me.
Well, it's your MOS. It's your MOS, so you're automatically gonna hit. So out of nowhere, Johnny pushes does a push up, rolls out of the van. You always think he's not very athletic, but he's on his, he barely even stumbles as he's getting out. He's directly on his feet. He's walking completely calmly. Bullets flying past him. You even see one goes through the side of his shirt, and he's just literally walking straight forward with his pistol held out, just going pop, 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 pop. And this guy's just pop, 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 pop. And you see the rocket grenade just goes, kind of flies up in the air. And comes down on the trailer, and the trailer just fucking explodes everywhere.
Yes.
That's amazing. And so that's what happens. So Johnny fucking guns this guy down. You get up there, you get up to him, and this guy just has 8 bullet holes in him.
Oh, if I see him get shot, I just change directions to the other guy.
Johnny put 3 clustered shots in his forehead, between his eyes and his nose, like probably a better cluster.
I'm not paying that much attention.
Yeah, you are. You notice. It's so great that you
No,
notice.
I don't.
And yeah, so you go over towards the other guy. You make it to the vehicle because it's only a short sprint.
I'm gonna like dive through, like it's like a construction vehicle, so it has like that cage. I'm just gonna like dive through the cage to like land on the other side. Attack him.
Yeah, so you wait for the guy to
With
come
my sword,
down,
yeah.
and then you just like make a leap and you go through like the like little
Like
area
little
that the thing
windows.
is. You dive out of the thing, and the guy's like, he's like looking over the hood, and he's like, "What the fuck? Where did that bitch go?" And he's saying in Ukrainian.
And then I'm gonna attack him twice with my sword. So I'll spend 2 in weapons. So that'll give me a 6. And a 6.
All right, both are hits. So you do
3 damage each time.
Yeah,
So
3 damage
6.
each time.
That's
so
gonna be a
you hit him
cliffhanger.
pretty fucking hard. He attempts
After I shot him.
he attempts to pull a he has like a Russian like fighting knife, and he pulls it out of his sleeve. He looks like he's not stopping. But you definitely fucked him up. You just think he's just stupid, and he's just gonna fight to the end here completely. So let's see.
I have to say, we're burning a lot of our MOS and other things in this, but it's a lot of fun. So,
Well, we get them each session, so.
And all of a sudden, you just hear like some screaming in a language you don't understand, Johnny, and you can hear it coming from like the inside of the Romanian chapel here, or whatever the monastery. You can hear it coming from inside, and a mist immediately begins to like the wind just starts flooding out of the windows like a fog that's just like drenching the area completely.
I think our safe word is "oh fuck," right? So I better use a different phrase.
Oh shit!
Exactly. Oh shit! All right. Let me know when we get back around to me. I will communicate that on the radio.
Well, you can go whenever you want because you're using. What the hell is that?
That's from Jackass.
Nice. I like it.
Fuck.
And Tesla, I saw your thing in the chat. Yeah, Tesla's like, Dr. Mitchell, you're like trying to figure out what you're gonna do, and Tesla's got like an MP5, and he's like, and it was like, there's no one out there.
You guys killed them all. Holy shit.
Yes, I did.
I'm just like
spraying
damn.
and praying. He's not even looking out the window. He's just like firing out the window.
All right, let me just get out of here. The entire door falls off.
Yeah, you just like get out, and the mirror's just kind of fucking hanging.
I'm just hanging by one cord.
As you open it, the door opens, and the mirror just falls off in the mud.
It's like goodbye, Goblin Riot Man. I will miss you. You're gonna fire an RPG at the church. Nice.
Yeah, that's in the chat.
He only had one rocket though.
Oh, all right. Well,
he just had a loaded RPG. He wasn't like equipped with.
I changed my clip, and do I see? I rated the group. So there's I think it's like something like the bats. There's a mist coming out of the church. It's not natural. Be aware. How close is the van to this mist? Is it the opposite side or the same side?
It's the same side as the side of the van because he parked the van right up against it.
I say, alert, alert! That mist is right on the van. You may want to get out of there now.
Johnny, protocol, biological agent. Oh fuck! I put my shirt
You said,
over my
fuck?
head.
That's a safe word.
No, I didn't say oh fuck. I said fuck. I'm covering my mouth. It's a biological agent. There's a mist.
I'm just like, Evan, get out. Grab your laptop and get out.
Fuck.
Get out of the van. Open the back.
I do. Yeah, I skulk out into the ground.
Watch the mist. Do I see anything moving in the mist at all?
You definitely do see like kind of like a little swirl in the mist or whatever, and I need you to make a stability check.
Ooh, a stability check. Let's see. How do I do that exactly?
You roll a die. On a 4 is on a difficulty level, it's a success, and you can choose to spend points.
I choose ahead of time to spend the points on stability, right?
Right? How many points? Yep. How many points do you want to spend?
I guess just a general principle, I'll spend 2 points. So what do I roll? Just one die and add 2?
One die, add 2.
Okay. I rolled a 3 plus 2 is 5.
Okay. And so what you see in the mist is that chick.
Oh no.
The witch lady. And is there any, as I'm crawling out of the van, do I see anything going on? What's my situation? Am I out? Am I
yeah, you crawl out of the van and you're down on the ground and you're like, what the fuck? Whatever. And you're like looking and whatever, and you can hear like little squeaks and like chirping and stuff like that. And it reminds you of your time down in the tunnels in London. And you can see all of a sudden you see little lights underneath the van, like just like pop open, like 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2, and you just see a swarm of probably 100 rats underneath the van, and they just start coming forward.
I'm so high.
There's no driving this van. It's done.
The van is done.
Are there any vehicles left that we see? Like,
the trailer's like blown the fuck up, and it's like all over.
There are cars over by the trailer.
Stuff. Yeah, they there's probably like a van up here. I would say
like
a work truck. There's probably a work truck.
You want me to get a getaway vehicle? Oh, okay. I'm gonna run over.
Get a getaway vehicle, Tesla. If I see her, I will open fire on her.
Well, that's funny because you do see her, and you can hear a voice in your mind.
Oh boy.
And she says, "Kill the swordswoman." And
I don't know who you mean.
You just turn. You just turn and begin firing at Lily.
Oh, I can't even. Oh, wow. 5 wasn't high enough.
No,
It's a great thing I'm in cover.
Your stability roll was to resist.
Oh.
And it was not high enough.
Okay.
No.
All right. Is there anything I can do to resist this, or I just do ahead?
No. No.
All right. So I just roll a die?
Yeah, you roll a die to shoot at her.
Do I see her?
Cover. You know where she is. Luckily, you spent your MOS.
All right. True. I rolled a 4.
Okay.
So do I get a +1 because I'm in the cover?
You do. So and I believe your hit threat is it your 3?
My hit threshold is 4.
already 4. Yeah. So you fire at her, and she's behind the construction equipment. She just holds up the dude. She holds up the dude and just pop. You like fire 2 shots into that guy.
Like, yeah.
So, Dr. Mitchell, you can see Tesla gets out of the vehicle. It's just kind of like, oh, that's cool. And he's looking around, looking for a car. And you can just hear like squeak, 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 squeak. And you can feel the van like begin to move from underneath.
And you probably notice him shoot at me.
No. You don't notice. You know Johnny's shooting at something, but you can't see.
Yeah, we wouldn't know.
Your perspective from the front seat is not that yet.
Okay, so I know that the van isn't drivable, right? So I want to try and follow Tesla out of the van. Is there an obvious interest into the monastery from this side where we are?
No, because the mist is pouring out of the windows and doors and over the top of it at this point.
Well, then I'm going to choose to scale using my parkour skills.
Nice.
Choose to scale the wall by touch and go inside. And I have just my like a little fanny pack kind of thing with some really lightweight, grappling hook and rope and.
I don't even think you need it with parkour. I think you can pretty much just grab a hold of like the fucking.
Oh no, I have that stuff anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna. I don't know what I'm gonna run into. This is I'm prepared. So a variety of things. A pen, a little flashlight, LED.
Right. Well, you drop. So you kind of climb out the thing. You realize what's going on. You kind of leap back on the side of the van, like flip up onto the roof of the van, kind of scale up onto the side of the building and drop down the wall into the inside of the church.
Oh, we lost somebody.
The monastery.
Yeah. And once I'm in there, the light goes on. I want to see.
And you're looking. It's complete fog. It's complete fog in here.
Great.
Like this mist. You're just like kind of trying to see what's going on in here. Whatever. You can hear some chanting in a language that you can't understand. Somewhere in the darkness, off to your right.
You've relocated, Brent.
Yeah, sorry, I had to relocate momentarily.
All right, and Evan, you're looking underneath the van as you see Dr. Mitchell parkour onto the top of the van and dive over the wall into the monastery, and she almost goes up it with some sort of supernatural spider-like.
Yeah, it's freaky.
And all you see is these eyes under the van just start moving towards you.
I'm already having a conniption fucking fit, and I'm convinced that, so from all of the nonsense that I saw there and all of the other things that I'm hearing, I think I'm lost in it and I'm running. I think I'm just trying to find cover away from that, away from anyone who looks at me, because I'm convinced, based on everything that I've heard so far, this is me. I'm having an episode and I took too much. And I don't even know that this is real. I'm just, fuck this. There's a mist and some fucking shooting, and I'm going to try to dive behind something to get away from the vehicle where the noise is.
Okay. Yeah, there's like a work truck there. I just picture you climbing in the back of it. You just run right past Tesla, who seems to be calmly walking, kind of straightening his jacket out, kind of looking at it to see if it has any bullet holes in it or anything like that.
Is Johnny anywhere nearby? Is there anything that can give me stability so I can make a stability roll?
You look over at Johnny, and Johnny is literally shooting at Lily, who was behind one of the construction.
Still, I'm shooting at her.
No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a stability roll, and I'm gonna think in my moment. I gotta tackle Johnny. I would never do this, but I'm not gonna modify it. But if it's a natural success, you tell me, Byron, I'm gonna tackle Johnny. No, it's a 1.
Like no.
Oh, dude, can I? What do you call it? Flesh shield, Evan?
Oh, do it. That's fine.
No, because Lily's not firing at you at the moment.
You could.
I'm not.
Yeah. So you run over and you attempt to like reach out and grab him, and he just you just mispaced. Like
you just miss him entirely.
You just miss him entirely. You dive, you kind of slide in the dirt. He kind of looks down at you, and Johnny, give me another stability check.
Oh fuck.
And while this is happening, I'm gonna make the sprint from the construction vehicle to wherever this bitch is in the mist.
All right,
You can't see her, Tyler. You don't see anything but mist.
I will spend 5 points on the stability check. All right.
Okay.
I rolled a 3, so it's 9.
All right. Yeah, you shake it off as you see Lily just run. Are you running into the mist anyway?
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Yeah, you see Lily just run past you into the mist.
And I'm staring at him with the puppy dog eyes because he looking down at me. I'm like, oh, please.
If it's a supernatural sense, I will grab Evan and pull him behind cover, out of line of sight of that chick. Is there cover around us?
You don't see her now.
Oh.
You don't see her. You just see the mist. You saw her in the mist, and like that was kind of like the mental thing that she was doing to you. And so all you see is the mist pouring out of the front of the church.
Hey, Vampira, she has mental powers. Be careful. She can control minds.
That's what you hear over the comm, Dr. Mitchell, as you just dove in there with your little flashlight.
You can't see
Noted.
And Lily runs in there.
Yep. like basically right behind Dr. Mitchell.
Well, Dr. Mitchell went up over the wall. You didn't even see Dr. Mitchell go in there.
Well,
I did.
We both end in there. So she'd get there first, and then I would be in behind her.
No, you're not behind her. That's what I'm saying. She went up over the wall. You're going through the door.
Okay. I parkoured it.
She parkoured it up over the wall into the church.
Okay.
Tesla, what are you doing?
Okay, so just to clarify, I was going to go get a new getaway vehicle, but I didn't notice Johnny shooting at Lily, right?
You kind of glanced over and saw some shooting going on. You just kind of brushed it off as you're running, as you're
Didn't know
getting.
he was specifically shooting at
Oh,
me.
okay, I didn't know he was like. I thought he was providing cover, and
From-
I know
yeah.
Lily could handle it.
Exactly.
All right, I'm going to go as per my orders, find the best vehicle I can from the ones parked there to get us out of here. And I noticed the rats, right? I'm like, oh shit, that's a lot of rats. From the van behind me.
Yeah, you look back and you're just like trying to say your like last goodbye to the goblin ride, and you just see this like horde of rats just come flying out from underneath the.
All right, so I'm gonna run up to whichever vehicle I think is the sexiest and can fit 5 people into it. I'm gonna knock out the window with the MP5, and I'm gonna pull out some of the tools I have in my belt, and I'm just gonna rip open the side of the thing and hotwire this thing.
Yeah, you can do that automatically because it's just stealing a car and you have an A+. So you automatically boost it. That's not a problem at all. It's a standard car. And the door wasn't locked. But
well,
but you busted the window out anyway. It's not inner city New York. It's like, you know, the mountains of the Carpathian Mountains in Romania. They don't lock their cars.
So I'm going to start driving this thing towards the area where I hear all the gunfire, and I'm going to be like, hey, Mitchell jumped the wall. You okay? What's going on over here? What's going on? Situation report?
Bring it around. We're doing extraction.
Okay, here we go.
All right, so you're this is like Black Hawk Down. You're like pulling up to the hotel basically, and pulling up to the front door and a thing. It's gonna take you probably 2 rounds to kind of get over there and
Gotcha.
do your little maneuver. Evan, you're on the ground looking at Johnny. What are you doing, Johnny?
All right. If I don't see the chick anymore, I'll kneel down to Evan and make sure he's not injured first. Do I see any bullet holes?
No.
All right. It's a miracle. Say, I look at him. Is he armed?
Oh yeah. So
All right, good.
I've got my pistol in my hand, and I think with a stability roll of I'm trying to check my. Am I hearing everything straight? Johnny, just look me in the eyes and tell me I'm not fucking crazy. Am I?
I put my hand on his shoulder. I say, "It's all right, son. You just got to focus." I say, if you see that woman, the first thing I want you to do is empty your clip, and the second thing I want you to do is run.
Right.
I say, Tesla's on his way with a car. He'll be here momentarily. Let him know I've gone inside the building after Lily and Dr. Mitchell. Can you stay here? Are you able to?
I'm not.
Do you want to stay here?
I've got your back. I'm not. I'm coming. I'm coming with you. There's no way I'm going to let a doctor, because I'll never get a date if the doctor dies. So I'm going. I'm coming with you.
I radio. I say, Tesla, we're gonna head to the entrance of the building into the fog. Please be here and ready. We're exit quickly.
I swear to God, if you all die on me, I'm gonna bring you back to life and then kill you again. And I'm like, I'll be here.
Okay, Tesla.
I just killed like 6 people. I'll be okay.
All right. I guess I'll move with then Evan, and we'll move back to back cautiously towards the doorway. Looking, is anybody left walking around now?
You hear some sporadic gunfire out there, but not really.
Any better?
As you're looking around, you see like dead Ukrainian mercenary, another dead Ukrainian mercenary. Like you see like 6 or 7 guys at least that have all been shot.
I look for weapon opportunity that's not. I just carry a 9mm usually, right? Just a,
yeah, you can find an AK.
I grab an AK.
I'll grab an AK too and a few extra magazine rounds.
And they're wearing like flak vests.
Yeah,
well,
that fits me because I'm.
You're built like a Romanian. It's amazing. All right,
they're pretty much like
me and Evan have the same body type, like 20-year-old woman.
That's true.
AK-47s. We'll get some extra cartridges, and then we'll go inside. That way, when people control our minds, Evan, we can kill everybody.
I don't know what the fuck you just said to me, but I'm gonna trust you because. Were those really rats? I'm Yeah.
Are those really rats?
It's all right. It's
So,
all right.
So you go in there after this stuff, basically, and so Dr. Mitchell was in the monastery first.
I think that our job, Evan, is going to be to pull Lily and Dr. Mitchell out of there as fast as we can into the car.
Do we have them on the fuck? My screens are back. Oh, now we can't see what's going on. Do you have on the Dr. Mitchell? Are you there?
I'm not going to answer him. I don't want to give up my location.
Nice. All right, yeah. So
Yeah,
you're
I
looking.
take my earpiece out when I start to work.
Terry, you're like looking around with the flashlight, and all of a sudden you see something kind of go past the light.
Nope.
And then it's like you see it moving another thing. You're kind of, as you turn, the mist kind of swirls around you a little bit.
The hell? I turn off the flashlight and try and let my eyes adjust to the darkness and the mist and see if I can make anything out. What do I hear? Is sound still off to the right?
Yeah. What the heck? That's my internet connection unstable. All of a sudden,
Mine came up.
Yeah,
too for a second.
You're kind of blinking.
Oh.
You're
Hopefully
good
I don't crash there.
No, you're good so far.
Now
All right.
it's me who's unstable.
Well, we're on the same internet connection. So
Duh.
I mean,
not surprising.
related.
Yeah.
What? No way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, your
So
mom says.
she claims, at least. So anyhow, so yeah, you're trying to like concentrate on what's going on in there. Give me a sense trouble roll. That seems to be, I think, the best for you in there. Do you have sense trouble?
I do. I have 4.
Yeah.
I have 4. What do I need?
Well, that is undetermined.
Damn it.
More than what you
I
rolled.
know the answer to that question.
All right. Is this something that I burn?
Yeah, you can spend
Yeah.
points.
I'm gonna burn one.
Okay. And
Write
then you
that
roll a
down.
die and add 1.
I have a whopping 2.
Oh,
Oh no.
A total of 2. You rolled a 1.
Everything's fine in here. No trouble.
Nope. No.
Yeah, you're like, you're pretty sure that it's gone. Whatever it was, whatever's gone is probably out of there.
It was probably nothing. It was nothing. I'm imagining things. It's the stress. It's the
Just
stress
stress.
of this
Just
job.
stress.
Need a
Just
vacation.
stress. Oh shit. Okay. And out of nowhere, you just feel these 2 hands kind of grab a hold of you out of the mist, and you get lifted off of your feet and just kind of tossed,
fuck.
and you just slide across the floor and kind of up against the concrete part of the wall.
What's with vampires liking to toss people?
You take 2 points of damage.
Show off.
Byron, is there any chance that audio noise, the attenuation of her situation,
Oh yeah.
sends a signal?
Yeah, very quickly you hear like a crash, and like a slide like through gravel.
Johnny, she's either constipated or something's wrong.
Well, now that
Where'd she
I've
go?
been,
I push him.
now that I know that they know where I am, I say, they just threw me across the room.
I say on the radio, Lily, Dr. Mitchell, get out of there.
Can I make out where the exit is? Where an
No,
exit is
you
from
can't
here?
see shit.
It's like
I'm gonna-
I'm on the side door waiting for
You
you
already
guys.
know once I go in, I'm not coming out until either she's coming out of body or I'm coming out of body.
Evan and I will get to the door and we'll call to you.
We
So
got
when we
together.
get to the door,
What
we'll
if
make
it's got a
noise
corner?
to help them locate the exit that way.
I feel across the wall, trying to make towards their voices.
Okay.
We need to
Yeah,
find
not a
out what
problem.
if it's got a corner, whatever the fuck it is.
Do you have human terrain?
Or echolocation.
Echolocation. You do not have echolocation. Shut up.
Squeak.
That's right. No, I'm just feeling on the wall. I mean,
Okay.
towards their voice.
Well, what I was gonna say, if you have human terrain, a 1 point spend would allow you to figure out like the structure.
Yeah,
I do.
no, I'm just as if my eyes were closed. I'm just feeling along the wall.
All right,
That's all
you're
I'm
just blinding it out.
Yep.
All right. I mean, you know where you went over the wall, and you were just kind of looking around. So you have a feeling that you know that if you back up, that you're kind of disoriented because of the throw. So you find a wall, and you begin to follow that wall.
Right.
I'm in here looking for the business.
In the direction of the voices.
Right. All right. Lily, you enter into the mist, and you're just straight, just into the mist. No light, no nothing.
Nope.
And you're looking for what's going on in here. You kind of hear like some shuffling. You kind of hear some shuffling, and yeah, make a sense trouble.
I'm gonna spend 2 points.
Okay.
And I got 4, so 6.
All right. So yeah, so you are like trying to see what's going on. You're concentrating. You're thinking back to like your Japanese training, blindfolded when you were doing your katana training and so forth. And you're like, sense it. You can see it. You know, with your training that you can feel it, the sword strike or the knife or whatever's there before it happens. You know you can. And that's when you feel the knife in your shoulder.
Oh.
I'm going to return in kind.
All right. So you swing. So
That's my Lily.
So go ahead and make a hand-to-hand combat.
Hand-to-hand?
Yep. Or, well, you have this katana out, so you could use weapon.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm going to spend 4 for my weapons.
Okay.
And I got 3, so 7.
All right. So yeah. So you swing, and you know you found purchase. You're like, whoosh, and you can just see like.
And I get 2 attacks.
You can see blood in the mist, just kind of like sling out.
And then I got if with my extra attacks, do I roll again?
I don't know. We'll say yeah for right now. We'll have to look that up.
And just add the same amount I spent the first time.
Let's see. I might have it right here actually.
It is on page.
Extra melee attack, not possible. Heavy unbalanced. Really immediately launch a second attack. However, any point spend does not apply to your roll.
Okay. Well, I rolled a 6, so it doesn't matter. I think.
All right.
I don't know what I need to hit.
Yeah, so you swing once, and you can see blood kind of fly as the mist is just colored by the blood, you know, in your eyesight. And then you swing again, and you definitely feel it again, kind of come across or whatever. So, give me a stability test.
Stability. I got a lot of that, so I'm going to spend 3.
Okay.
I rolled a 5, so 8.
All right. You feel like some like confusion in your mind for a brief minute, and you see like a face in the mist just kind of staring at you of that woman that was using the dowsing rod. For a brief second, she's right in front of you. She's chanting. You shake your head, and she's not there anymore.
I'm just going to blindly do pretty much exactly what I'm doing. You basically feel her presence and attack there.
What the heck? Oh, what's that doing? Interesting. Sorry, I lost the Discord. I don't know what happened there. It's just some stupid shit.
It just popped up. It says Lily kills a bad guy. Sweet. Great.
Yeah. That's
I mean, that's what's about to happen.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You're good.
All right. So yeah. So like I said, you just look and she's not there. Johnny, you and Evan get to the door.
All right, Evan. Well, we'll call out, and I'm going to go inside. I'm going to see if I can find Lily, and I'm going to see if I can get a crack at this vampiress.
I call out a door.
Really gonna end bad.
I call out a door
because
breach
I'm
pattern.
waiting for someone to appear to attack them,
Yes.
and he's just walking into the mist.
Yes.
I call out
The scene. Here is Lily, like with her katana, ready to slice anything into that appears, and in walks Johnny, innocently yelling, "Are you
When
here?"
you're yelling, though.
Hey, you guys hear me?
So I call out a door breach, though, right? A pattern that we would recognize. So he's going to grab the door, and I'm there covering, right, low, in case somebody's anticipating up high. And that way, if there's someone standing there, they're going to die. Now that Johnny's here, I'm okay.
You guys need some extra help or something?
You're driving the car over.
It hasn't been 2 rounds yet?
No, it hasn't.
No,
because this was going on while you were going to the car.
So I call out the word and let Johnny open the door, and I'm there. I go low, and I'm aiming at chest height, center mass.
Okay. And Johnny, you were making noise at the door to let.
Yeah, I am. And I'm also looking to see if I see her face, like the vampire is.
You don't see anything. All you see is mist.
But I'm like, I'm very, very quick, and I'm watching, and I'm calling out for Dr. Mitchell and for Lily.
Okay.
All right, so I go in.
With my eyes closed, I feel they'll keep.
Can I call by
following the wall?
By calling out? Can I give Lily my human terrain point to get out of there?
I have human terrain.
Well, I'm sorry, I meant Dr. Mitchell. Can I give Dr. Mitchell my human terrain point by calling out so she can get human terrain and get out of there? Or towards...
No, that doesn't work that way, unfortunately.
Okay. Sorry.
You calling to her is very functional.
You're calling to her
It
as
hasn't
functional.
been. It's just going around.
See, and I think on the comms we'd be calling out the breach of that door, though, right? And so at least if Lily's standing by a door and we say, "Hey, we're breaching a door," maybe math would work for her. And
Lily's not by the door.
Yeah. So.
All right. So, Lily, give me an athletics test.
I'm gonna spend 3 points.
Okay.
That'll be an 8.
All right. You realize that you're literally standing at the edge of the hole.
Nice.
And you're like, you can feel the edge of your foot over the hole.
Oh, shit.
And you can swear that down in the darkness, you see like 2 red eyes kind of looking back up at you. But it's down there.
Those
Rip off the edge and falls down into the pit and just into a dead space before on the bottom.
And Dr. Mitchell, you can hear them yelling at the door, and you can find your way to the door.
Okay.
As you can hear the tires screeching in the gravel as Tesla pulls the truck up.
I guess everyone wants to leave.
Lily, don't be a blood meal. Get out of there.
Don't be a blood mule. Also another contender for the episode name. Don't be a blood mule.
I like that one.
Before I go, I'm gonna take off my GoPro. I'm gonna leave it running and leave it on the floor and aim it towards where I think the pit is, like towards the center of the room. And I'm gonna head out.
Well done.
Well done.
Well fucking done.
Well fucking well done. Nice. I like it. All right.
As I go to leave, I shoot into the hole. Like I'll pull my my gun, shoot at the eyes, and leave.
Okay. Yeah, you fire down into the hole.
Not even gonna spend a point, just fire blindly into the hole.
All right. All right. So where are you guys gonna go? You get in the truck. You leave out.
Are we all out or?
Yeah.
All right.
Lily comes right past you, just puts her hand on your shoulder.
All right.
As like the symbol to get the fuck out.
All right, let's
get away.
You obviously all went to leave. Let us go.
I would have to
Lily,
give
what do you
Dr.
see in
Mitchell the fist pound hug, whatever sort of situation we have going on, because like I was convinced she was dead and I needed a date. So when it's like there was I was. You don't go into a mist and the rats and the demons and whatever the fuck's down there. Like,
I wonder what the local food is like.
We should probably get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I guess.
Now let's go have a hamburger.
It's barely even
open?
fucking noon. Like,
It's like this was a very good day's work. I think I don't know what you encountered in there. It sounded like there was a lot of screaming and some like scaredness.
I gotta agree with Tesla. I'm starving.
Just one question, Tesla. Are you going to leave those IEDs over there? Or are you gonna
No, I'm going to actually pick them up, seeing as how we're not actually being chased.
Okay.
So that's not a problem for me. So I'm going to just drive up there. I'm going to park the vehicle and be like, hold on. And I'm going to get out and pull up the IUDs. Not IEDs.
IUDs.
And go ahead and toss them in the back.
No vampire babies.
No
I just remember that line from Game of Thrones where Tyrion says, when Bronn says to Tyrion, he says, the cat that
you fuck it up again?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I just fucked it right up. But anyway,
Good job.
that the castle's impregnable, and he's like, "Give me 10 men, and I'll impregnate that bitch."
That was good.
And but yeah, it's much better in the movie. I suggest you watch it. Yep.
Yeah.
And
It's a TV show.
So yeah, you guys tear out of there in the truck. You
Okay.
stop. You kind of gather up the IEDs. You don't hear any more gunfire in the background. Nobody's chasing you. Anything like that. Where do you go?
Well, while we're in the car, I just want to say, like, as he's picking up the IEDs and everything, you realize that this means that vampires and magic are real.
No, what this means is that they know.
Prove any
we
such
know.
thing.
But definitely no aliens.
I
Just
literally
saying.
turned around, I think, at that moment. No, I snap. And I think I'm probably in the back because that's where they keep me. But I like lurch forward and just grab Tesla by the shoulders. Listen, fuck! I understand there's something that we got. What the fuck are we? Spies. We deal with governments, not vampires and witches. I get that UFOs is a hobby of mine, but this is real shit, and she almost died. So shut your fucking mouth. And shove him forward toward the fucking the steering wheel. I'm just
like, you must be having a bad day. I'm sorry.
Kind of realizing like, oh, you could kill me. So I'm just right.
No. It's like the rats. The rats was really messed up too. Let's just get out of here. We just gonna leave this entire town? Like you said that there's something in there. What are we gonna do? Like, we can't just leave some kind of monster demon bitch in that place. It's like, I could wait. Why don't I just turn back around and just blow the entire thing up?
No. We didn't blow it up, and we're not going to kill it. We got to get better. We're smarter than this. We do this different. When we're dealing with people, we know how to kill them. We know where they're hiding. We know where they sleep. This is fucking different, and we need I need a minute on Google or something.
Doctor, I mean, Google's not going to give us any answers. The explosions have worked good so far. Why don't I just turn around and toss these into a hole?
It didn't work. You just pissed it off
and explode it.
You just pissed it off, and it shat rats out of its fucking ass. Is what it did out of the van. No, you didn't. This is bigger than us. We need a minute. We need someplace safe. We need Johnny to have a good shit and tell us what to do. Is what we need. That's my
not necessarily in that order. Yes.
Johnny, is that what you want to do?
Well, I think the question is maybe we need to take a moment, regroup, and make a decision about what we want to do next. Do we want to re-engage? Or knowing that we disrupted what's happened here, they're not going to get a new crane here tonight. And that blood meal that was available for this creature, whatever it was, you guys destroyed it. So
all their guards are dead. Everyone that was basically up there is dead.
Yes,
Are we assuming that it can't feed on the dead guards?
The dead, no. Because
I think it's going to feed on the villagers tonight. And I also think Byron just heard us say that. So there's definitely going to be dead villagers tomorrow. So I believe that what we've done actually is push this beast, whatever it is. Now it's going to be desperate. It's going to feed on whatever's around here. Now, I don't know if we can get the locals to move away from it. But
Fuck no.
We're not going to be able to evacuate an entire town to leave in what, 5 hours before sundown?
Well, then here's what I suggest. This is what I suggest you do. I think this is a good opportunity to figure out exactly what hurts a vampire, since it seems highly likely this is a vampire.
Yes. I think we have no information, and we need to be armed with information, with knowledge before we proceed.
I mean, there's nothing on Earth that's not hurt by C4.
Well, that's fair.
Or this,
you know,
or this blade. Nothing is not hurt by this blade.
That you know of.
Also, with this here, Tesla, it seems as if the reason they had that ice pack and that medical pack, it seems as if it needs fresh blood. So I wonder if those dead mercenaries will really be able to feed it.
Well, the thing is like if we don't go into its lair, we play it smart. We create a perimeter, right, around it, and we just stay there.
Hang on. There was a landslide that covered this before, didn't it?
Yes.
What are they trying to do?
Why don't we do that again?
How common?
You don't have enough explosives for that.
Yeah.
It's like I only packed a duffel bag full of explosives.
I only packed a 6-pack of C4, not a 12-pack.
You're talking that's like an extreme amount of explosives to do that.
Although they're a mining operation, who knows? One of those trailers that we didn't mess with might have explosives in it.
TNT.
Maybe.
I might.
We could try. What do you think?
Well, I think we need to keep our distance. I think that whatever that thing is in there, Lily, you told us what you saw with the red eyes, or no?
Oh, yeah.
So that might have been what was in the chest.
I mean, I respect anything that would make Lily retreat. But
I retreated because you were all leaving.
Whoa.
It's stronger than we are.
I
mean,
we know nothing other than the fact that it had red eyes. That is it.
No.
Yes, we could easily.
You came in screaming for me to leave, so I left.
Tesla. There's still that whole hillside above the church that originally fell into it. Do you think you set charges on the hillside that you could send the hillside down on the church again and bury it once again?
No, you don't have that kind of. We just talked about that. That's
I mean, I could probably get some rocks down there.
So,
but...
are you like stationary as you're having this conversation?
No, we're driving. We're moving.
Right.
He can drive and talk, right?
He can.
I mean, honestly,
we're basically driving around town because we don't know what we're doing.
I guess I'm just driving towards the town.
Can we pull up the GoPro that she had?
Well, you don't know that she put the GoPro there unless she told you.
I told him.
One other problem, guys.
Okay.
Was the van scrubbed before we abandoned it?
I wear gloves.
No way. There was no time.
Was there any identifying information in the van about us, where we were from, or who we are?
No.
I doubt it. You guys travel light.
No, we are Goblin Riot.
So Byron, given the crazy action, I did call out earlier, and I just got to be straight to the game. As I said, I brought my road cases, so yeah, that shit's going to be in there because the way chaos broke out, I wasn't like unloading shit and putting it.
That's true.
Whatever.
So his shit, a bunch of Evan's shit would be.
I have my bag, but there's going to be
van and blow it up is what we need to do.
Hey, look, you can blow small stuff
so
up.
I'm like, I turn it around, and I'm like,
so we're going back in.
And while we're there, let's blow up the monastery. Let's just toss a bunch of these bombs into the monastery and just see what happens. Couldn't hurt, right?
Something about this is just not working.
I agree. I think it's chaotic, but I agree. I'm sorry, Evan.
No, I was just going to say I think I'm coming to realize that what you've been talking about all these days, and if what you're saying is true, we're pretty well fucked. And you're nominating us fucking vampire slayers or something. We're not Buffy, right? I think we should reconnoiter and just blow up the shit, or let me get my things actually first. If you're going to take the time to blow it up, let me just grab it and leave. But we need to get the fuck out of here before whatever it is gets angry. Because I think
we'll go in. I'll just toss in my IEDs. We'll drive, and then we'll and I'll set them off, and that'll be that. Yeah. We should probably come back at some point to make sure we finish the fucker off. But
I'm not sure that we are capable of finishing this creature. I think
I'm pretty confident.
What I want to know, Johnny, and apologies for speaking out of turn because I know I've not been your best out of the last couple of days. But listen to me, man. Like, why the fuck is the CIA and MI6 giving a fuck about a vampire? All right, that's what I'm worried about. Like, forget Dracula, but think about that. What the fuck are they going to weaponize it? That's what we got to figure out.
That's all the government does.
I guess you got to have a hobby.
Question.
I mean,
So we're driving there currently to go get Evan's shit.
Yeah, if you think about it, and they're somehow making soldiers have super hard skin using some kind of compound, maybe if they dig down here, it has something to do with that. Like they want to use whatever's down there to make better soldiers.
Oh God.
Well, I have a feeling that the woman is a lower powered supernatural creature, maybe a talented human.
I'm a little bit nervous if her low powers mean she can summon bats and rats and shit.
Yes, and I think whatever she's freeing from that crypt is even worse.
All right, well, let's see what happens. Gonna go back and get Evan's stuff, and I'm gonna toss a bunch of bombs over the wall and around different areas to
Tesla. I grab his shoulders again. Tracking device, not bombs. This doesn't end here. You're not going to.
How are we going to track it?
The same way you blow it the fuck up. Find some way. We need to see what happens next for this thing. You're not going to kill it here. And it's like cockroaches, right? You put the trap out, you bomb, and then maybe it's dead, and we leave, and then what? We don't know. We got to figure that out. Mitchell, you said you had a camera?
I left a GoPro in there.
Will we have those wired, or is it just
pull up my phone?
Is it your body? Oh, nice. So something there. We've got to find.
So you guys have turned the car around at this point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we've been turned around.
All right, and so you're probably up to the gate. That's probably about how far you are.
Scan the horizon. Did you see anything?
What'd you say?
We scan like as we're going, and we're probably all scanning.
Mostly it's woods. Mostly it's woods that you're driving up as you're going to the gate, and it's still a wooded area in about another, quarter of a mile before you really get up to the monastery itself on the other side of the gate. And so right about the time that you're kind of cruising through the gate, or what's left of it, because you guys rammed it with the truck, with the goblin van. And as you're going through there, Dr. Mitchell, you pull up on your phone the GoPro. And so as you're looking into it, you can see it's recording. The mist has subsided. The sun is beginning to slightly get low in the sky. It's giving like this weird tint as it comes through the open stained glass windows of what's left of them there. And a weird light is kind of shed onto the floor of the monastery as you see the lid of this box is open. The casket is laying on the monastery floor. The lid of this box is opened or whatever. And you can see, you're kind of looking from behind, and the woman, we'll call her a sorceress because that's what you guys call her. So anyway, so the sorceress is standing there. The oil executive is on his knees. He's like down. You're seeing the back of him as he's looking into whatever this sarcophagus is, and you see her just reach down with some knife. She cuts his throat. He bleeds into the sarcophagus, and you see this guy basically getting murdered right here. And as this happens, all you see as the GoPro begins to the screen just starts kind of getting spotty, like some kind of interference. Okay. And you see this face of some fucking creature comes out of this box and just grabs the side of this guy's face, and just its teeth its mouth opens up, its teeth clench at this guy's throat, just and it has like a big piece of this guy's throat in its mouth. Blood is dripping down its mouth. The GoPro goes black. And with that, we're going to end the stream.